Doty. I'd like to invite everybody to come out, check out the Frenchman's Bend restaurant. Miss Bonnie's got a great menu, some great service, and you can enjoy a good meal when you come out here. Tonight, Coach Doty and I will recap the Panthers' season finale win against the Carroll Bulldogs. We'll also reveal the first security title of Monroe Players of the Week for offense, defense, and special teams. We'll have a very special interview with two very special people who are big supporters of Panthers over the years, Mr. Ronnie Lucius and Miss Mildred Lucius. And we'll also preview the game against the Fredrick A. Douglass Bobcats. And we'll also discuss the recently released 2021 3A playoff bracket. Coach, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us. Thanks for having me. I'd like to thank Miss Bonnie and them at Frenchman's and Danny and Monica Benoit Ford, and special thanks to McDonald's. Miss Jennifer Thomas has been our senior spotlight sponsor for the year, and we've honored all of our seniors. All of them have been captains, and she's done a heck of a job. And Miss Jennifer, you mind standing up, because we'd like to give you a round of applause for everything you've done. So stand on up there. Thank you so much. And McDonald's has been a very good friend to the program, and like I said, she's done a great job, and we appreciate it, and look forward to having her next year.
Absolutely, that's been a great deal all season long, particularly for those seniors. Coach, just a quick question. Someone that had sent me, a fan had asked, said, really on the ticket situation, will tickets be on sale at the school, or is it just going to be at the stadium like it normally is? I'm assuming just going to be sales at the game.
Yeah, we'll sell tickets at the gate. I think the ticket office will open up at 6, and the price of admission this week is $10. So you can get your ticket there at the gate, and I don't think it'll be any problem this week at all.
Well, Coach, let's start out, talk about the Panthers' 50-18 home win, season finale against the Carroll Bulldogs to finish up season play. And with that win, of course, the Panthers secured the district championship in 2-3A this year, capped off an undefeated season, and secured the overall #1 seed throughout the playoffs. And Coach, I might add that that is Sterlington's 4th district title in 5 years since moving up to 3A. And I tell you what, that's a real testament to, I'd say, you as a head coach, as well as that coaching staff and all those kids that have come through over that 5-year period of time. It's hard to string together 4 years, 5 years, win 4 district titles, and I just want to give you a hand. Everybody else, I'd say the same thing.
Well, I appreciate it, but boy, we've had some really good football players that's come through over 5 years, and just a really good young men that have played football for us. And every year, I always tell everybody, boy, it's a bunch of good football players leaving. Our coaching staff has done a fantastic job, and all credit goes to them and the players. We have a good administration, and I think we have great community support, and all those things lend itself to a successful program. So just proud to be part of it, and I think you guys should give yourself a hand because y'all are such a big part of this. So I appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
Well, Coach, moving into the game, just kind of a big picture from Thursday night's game. The first half was a heck of a ball game. I mean, Carroll came out and actually took an early lead, and Panthers was able to battle back, get 21-18 lead to go into the locker room at halftime. Ultimately had a big third quarter to secure the win, but I mean, Carroll just pulled out all the stops. They were playing with house money. I mean, they knew this is it. We got to do what we can to survive, and hats off to them. They did a good job, heavy passing and really not afraid to go on fourth down. So they did pretty much what they had to do. But looking at just the stats like I always do, we had 192 yards rushing, 36 carries, 4 touchdowns on the ground, and Mason was 4 of 9, 175 yards and 3 touchdowns, total of 367 yards. Early in the game, Coach, when we were on offense, something I wanted to ask was, Carroll really had success slowing our running game down more than we used to seeing. But with Carroll, you know, we really didn't know which team we were going to see. The one that gave up 86 points to the Vols, or the one that really just went toe-to-toe with Washita. I mean, they have the players to consistently be good on defense, but what were they doing that was working early on in the game to slow us down?
Well, I mean, you know, they were motivated to come out and play, and you know, they were in a 5-man front, and you know, they're big and strong guys, and just kind of got after us. You know, maybe shocked us a little bit, and but yeah, I mean, they're a good football team, and you know, going into it, I was expecting a battle, so we certainly got one.
Well, and how much does the ability to effectively throw the ball like we have this season allow you to take a team like Carroll and at least back them out of the box when they're stacking it like that?
Well, yeah, it did help. But, you know, we scored, and that's what I told everybody at halftime. We scored 21 points at halftime, you know, and, you know, that's 3 touchdowns in 2 quarters. I thought we were way ahead of everything where we should be. You know, we had some penalties that hurt us early in the game, but still, you know, you score 21 points and going into halftime, you got to feel pretty good about it. So, but like I said, I give Carroll credit. You know, they came off the bus and got ready to play and got after us.
Well, and something too, I know y'all see things during the first half, and y'all probably make adjustments at halftime to see where you can attack on their defense. And I mean, y'all scored 4 touchdowns in the last 2 games in the third quarter. Is that just y'all kind of looking and seeing what they've got, what they're giving you, and just really taking advantage of it when you come out at the second half?
Well, sometimes it's as simple as just swapping one blocking assignment on a play, you know, and or having a fullback attack an outside shoulder as instead of an inside shoulder. So we're not in there performing, you know, heart surgery. We're just trying to make it simple and do things as easy as we can. And you know, we didn't do a whole lot of stuff, but we did make some adjustments, and our offense staff did a great job and came out and pounded it on them, and were able to hit them over the top on some throws, and you know, just a great job by that side of the ball.
Well, you know, looking at the defense, Coach, great job against the rushing game, 62 yards on 27 rushes. Of course, passing game, they had some success early in the ball game. They wound up 14-32, 276 yards, 3 touchdowns, but they did have 2 picks. And you know, most of that happened in the first half, and it was on some big chunk plays on the 3 touchdowns. But they did have success, you know, in that passing game. Did you expect them to be that heavy passing coming out?
Not really. I mean, when you got a Division I running back, you know, we were prepared for the run. We knew they would throw the ball, but you know, that guy comes out, looks like John Elway in the first half. So, and, you know, he had no success prior to that throwing the football. So, you know, he come out and he had a heck of a first half, and we were struggling getting some safety help, and we were getting beat on the outside, and, you know, the guy was putting the ball right on the money. You know, the pass into the west end zone down there on the far side down there, I mean, we had 3 people right there, and he drops it in a bucket. So, you know, hats off to that guy, man. He had a heck of a game. So, but we go in at halftime, and we decide if they want to abandon the run, then we're going to double cover people, and we're going to blitz, and, you know, we're going to try to make them run the football again. And but they were bound and determined to throw it. And but I think they had 48 total yards in the second half offensively. So, you know, guys did a good job. Coach Sims did a good job making some adjustments in the secondary, and, you know, just kind of come out and shut them down.
Well, and that kind of led into something I was going to ask you about too in that second half. You're right. I mean, the 48 yards was all that was given up in that second half, and I really thought there was 2 points I wanted to ask you about, coaches. One, I noticed that in that second half, we started seeing that defensive line and those linebackers getting in there and hitting Ford, and he had a tremendous first half. You're right. I mean, he was dropping that ball where he wanted to, but you started seeing him getting a little inaccurate. You started seeing him kind of getting up slow, sort of walking slow. You could almost attribute part of it to that, but then again, I know Coach Sims made some adjustments in that second half. And I was going to ask you just your thoughts on that, and you've already kind of hit on the adjustments made. But you know, if you can get to that quarterback and keep hitting on him, eventually you should get some dividends out of that long term.
Well, we just started bringing more than they could block from one side, just overloaded it. And, you know, if they would run the ball away from the blitz right there, they would have some success probably. But they were, you know, like I said, we'd went in, said if they're going to beat us, they're going to have to run the ball. And so, you know, great job, our coaches. You know, Coach Carter did a good job, Coach Pierce, and, you know, Coach RJ, we made great adjustments in there. They did, and, you know, worked out for us.
Well, I wanted to ask you about something before we go to the Players of the Week. I saw something on Twitter kind of interesting. Tanner Coley had sent a text out, said best in the game, Coach Lee Doty. And you responded to him, and it was something you said, and it really caught my attention. It said, great players and great coaches. A smart man surrounds himself with people who are smarter than him. Proud of our staff and players, 10-0, and District 2-3A champs, just getting started, go Panthers. And, you know, we talk a lot about the football team, Coach, and they've got that team-first mentality, and they really almost have a brotherhood, very unselfish. You know, we talk a lot about, you know, the defensive side of the ball. You don't have one guy that really stands out. Everybody works together as a unit. Your line has years past have always been working as a unit, very unselfish group. And so, you know, a lot of accolades to the players, which it should be. But something I did want to ask you, Coach, when you look at the staff we have, and we don't talk a whole lot about your coaching staff, but, you know, there's a lot of people that say, regardless of classification, Sterlington High School has one of the best coaching staffs in the state. And I tend to agree with that. And I really, Coach, I'd just like to get your take on the group of guys you have working with you.
Well, you know, it's a very tight-knit group, and you know, we spent an awful lot of time together up there at the field house, and you got to be on the same team when you do that. You know, you got to have you know, you got to surround your people with people that want the same thing as you. And you know, our guys want to win, and but our guys want to do it the right way. And you know, there's an awful lot of work that goes into it, and sometimes we don't always agree, but we work it out. And I think the ability to disagree on things is what makes us, you know, a good staff, because there's no yes men on our staff. You know, we all have an opinion, and we all get to voice it, and then the one that's the best is what we go with. And it's just a great atmosphere up there. And you know, the coaches, I can't tell you how hard they work. And so I'm very proud of them. And yes, I mean, I'm very fortunate. I'll tell you, I do. As far as I'm concerned, I have the best staff in the state. So very thankful for them guys. And you know, we've been able to stay together, and hope we'll stay together for a long time.
Yeah, I agree with that, Coach. I do. Well, Coach, I'll turn it over to you and let you introduce the players of the week for last week.
Well, boy, it was a hard week. Two players of the week, but you know, we had some guys that really did good. Our offensive player of the week is Brendan McNair. Brendan, you want to come on up? Brendan was graded out at 87%, and he did a heck of a job. He's had some really good games this year, and probably, you know, was close to being player of the week several times. But, you know, again, he's a senior, and been with me for 4 years, and you know, I tell you all the time, he's the meanest guy on the team. And so I'm very proud of him, because he keeps rolling right along, and he hadn't been ejected yet. So he's good at getting away with it, I think. But he's our offensive player of the week. Our defensive player of the week is DJ Hutchinson. Come on up, DJ. And we're very proud of DJ, man. We're extremely proud of him. He's worked very hard to get a lot of playing time his senior year. He's very coachable this year, and Coach Carter he brags on him all the time when we have coaches meetings. And you know, he gets better every week, and he had a good night the other night. You know, he's a guy that may not have a lot of stats, but what he's doing on the line may help our linebackers make tackles. So DJ's a heck of a player. He's a senior, and he's been with me for 4 years, so let's give him a big hand as well. And our special teams player is Jacob Green. Come on up, Jacob. You know, there's always a guy, you know, every time you say, well, what about special teams? You know, Jacob's always up, you know, he's at top. And, you know, when you got somebody as good as Jacob, then, you know, you're supposed to be good on special teams. I think I told you that last week. But he had a heck of a night the other night, and he's had some really good games this year. And I want to tell you, he's going to win us a ball game in the playoffs. I just had that feeling. So, these are our players of the week for the Carroll game. Let's give them a big hand. Thank you, man.
Congratulations to those guys. And when we come back, we'll have our special interview with Mr. Ronnie and Miss Mildred Lucius. We'll be back in just a moment.
I spend my nights under the stage lights, but after the applause, I'm back in my truck from my hometown dealer, Benoit Motors. The country roads of Louisiana are my soul, and Benoit Motors gets who I am and who we are. They are proud to be a dealership for the everyday American. Join me and become a member of their family. Benoit Motors, they're with you for all your life's big moments and all the miles in between.
First Security Title of Monroe provides real estate transaction services in Northeast Louisiana. The closing process has never been easier. With a dedicated staff that takes pride in helping our customers obtain quality service. First Security Title, 1818 Avenue of America, Monroe.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across Ashley Storage. They have great locations in Monroe and Sterlington, Louisiana. They have a wide variety of storage unit sizes available, and their prices are very reasonable. The best part about Ashley Storage is that Dave can reserve his storage unit online from his home, quick and easy. Give us a call or check out our website at ashleystorageofsterlington.com.
At Cross Keys Bank, we're full of Sterlington Panther pride. We're also proud to offer free key checking for individuals and businesses. Free key checking has no minimum balance requirement, and you'll never have to worry about bank fees again. I'm Lee Riordan, Sterlington Market Manager. I invite you to stop by our branch soon to open a free key checking account. Cross Keys Bank, member FDIC.
Cross Keys Bank. First Security Title of Monroe provides real estate transaction services in Northeast Louisiana. The closing process has never been easier. With a dedicated staff that takes pride in helping our customers obtain quality service. First Security Title, 1818 Avenue of America, Monroe. CommuniHealth Services in Bastrop provides quality medical, dental, and behavioral healthcare services for patients of all ages. Our goal is to make a difference by providing superior healthcare services and exceed patient expectations by doing the right thing every day to improve lives in our community. If you're ready for our team to care for you, visit communihealth.org today.
Welcome back to the Coach Lee Doty Show, brought to you by Benoit Ford of Farmville. We welcome to the show Miss Mildred Lucius and Mr. Ronnie Lucius. We are so glad to have y'all.
Thank you.
You know, I kind of wrote this down because I wanted to make sure I said this right. Of course, y'all are real special to the Sterlington High School family and the Sterlington community as well. But, you know, when you think of contributions, most people think monetarily. But with you and Mr. Ronnie, y'all have gone well beyond that because y'all have given of your time, energy to support and encourage and inspire so many players, students, coaches teachers and parents, I probably repeated that somewhere, that have come through Sterlington High School over the years, and you know, I just wanted everybody to know that and recognize I mean, y'all are like a staple around there, and that's why we wanted y'all to come up and talk, and you've been such a big help to all athletics, but in particular football. Y'all are just always there. And you know, one thing I always thought was every time I run into you, you always got a positive attitude on the field. You know, no matter what's going on, you got to smile. You got to say, well, you better cheer up or something like that. You know, it's always like that. So anyway, we really appreciate everything. And I want to give y'all a round of applause for everything y'all done over the years.
Thank you.
But anyway, for those who don't know, can you tell us some of the many things y'all are involved with Sterlington High School over the years? Because I know it goes beyond football too.
Yes, it does go beyond football. I am in the school. When Coach Ashley came into the school, he asked me would I come in and do. I get withdrawals when football is over with, so I had to do something else. And I was doing basketball and then track after that. Once you start something and the coaches see that, man, you can do that, come on, you can help me. And I was willing to do that. And after about a couple of years of this, Ronnie came on because he didn't see me. So if he was going to see me anytime, he was going to have to come to Sterlington High School. So that's how we got started there. And then I do decorations around there. I have a tree. If any of you have been into the front office, you'll see there's a tree out there. And I do that. And there's also one down at the field house that I do for Coach Doty and the boys down there. They wanted to keep it. And there's some landscaping that I do outside, and I'll take care of that. Mainly it's whatever needs to be done. And this year, they did hire me. All these other years, I was a full-time volunteer, which I didn't mind. And I told Coach Thompson he could have gotten me this year for free. But anyway, they hired me as a para, so I go in the classrooms now and help out doing that. And I think I have worked in every concession, but maybe baseball and football. Football has their own.
Don't let Mark Sims hear that. He'll recruit you for that. I promise you. I promise you that. Well, you know, that was something that, I mean, what keeps y'all motivated to just keep doing that? Is it just being around these kids? I mean,
oh gosh, yes, it's got to be the kids, those boys, and the ones that, and the girls, and what is really exciting to us is when we go out and boys and girls both that have graduated years ago come up and thank you and hug your neck. They remember.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. Well, it's funny because like when you coach Little League, you know, some of them come up, though, and you see them like, oh, which one are you? Who are you? I mean, they get big, and you know, it's probably the same way. I mean,
oh, yeah, it is. It's hard to remember the names, but I remember their faces.
Well, something I wanted to ask about, because y'all have been involved with it for so long, I'm going to make it a general question, but I do want your football one, too. I wanted to know what some of your favorite memories over the years of Panther sports, but you got to put one football in there at least.
Oh my goodness, there's a lot in football, and especially in 2016. I mean, that was just everything that year was just something different because I had waited. I went to the Dome in 02 and 03 with my oldest grandson. Did not get to go back into 2016. And so that year it was just amazing, everything we did. And I guess at the Dome when little Noah Weatherby, when he stopped that huge running back from Madison Prep. Mm-hmm. Man, I can still see that. I did not get a picture of it, but I can still see it in my mind.
Well, I can still hear it because he came off there. I made the tackle. I made the tackle. I remember that.
Yeah, I did it. And it just goes on. There was more before that, but it was just really, I don't know, all of that. And then my granddaughter came up her sophomore year and played softball, and she was a pitcher for our softball team. And the things when I watched her get better over the years, and she had a spectacular game at Kaplan. And boy, I remember that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and I'm going to ask this question now, so you got to keep it together. Now, if you don't, we're going to hand the mic over to Mr. Ronnie, and I know he loves to talk. So anyway, I did want to ask you on a personal level. You brought up your granddaughter, Katie Haynes, and, she had a great softball career and an outstanding senior season. And, going into the baseball season, because, I'm in baseball loop too. Everybody was really focused on the baseball team, making that run to the state championship. But the girls just got better and better every week, and everybody knew that it was a young team, young softball team. Had just, I think it was Katie, maybe 2 other senior players, or maybe just one.
Was just 2.
Just 2. But they got better and better, and then they made that run to the playoffs and made a deep run into the playoffs. And I wanted to ask, what was it like watching that team as they got better each week and making that run? What was it like for y'all watching that and knowing that was her senior year too?
It was, you go on your highs and then you're on your lows, because when she's pitching, you're wondering, if she walks, you're down, and if she strikes somebody out, you're up, and if we win, we're up, and just, you feel for her, you feel for your child, but all the Panthers are mine, so I feel for all of them when they're out there. So, but she was just, I miss her a lot this year.
Well, but you got a big family, like you said, to lean on in all those times, and I want to say this too, and I know Mr. Ronnie, you can talk loud if you want to, get in that mic, but y'all are together all the time, and it's so neat to see, because like when we come back from those long road trips, and we'll pull in, a lot of times I got kind of a heavy foot, and me and Ben Hackler or Chris Sturton, we'll roll in before anybody else with all the equipment, but when we walk in that field house, y'all are there and got the table set out, those boys coming in, and it's, you got that smile on your face. You always do. And if we don't I'm like Coach Doty, I don't like to lose, but I've seen times when we come back on a bad game or a loss like that, and y'all are still upbeat. And I think it means a lot. I know it means a lot to these kids too.
Hope so.
So I just, again, is there anything else you'd like to say? Because I just had these questions, but it's open mic. Would you like to say anything else?
See, our job is to pamper them, make them happy, make them feel loved.
Yeah.
Not just the boys. We do the
coaches
coaches, we
too.
do the staff at the school. We just.
It's not our job to correct them. It's not our job to get on them. It's not our job to tell them what they did wrong.
Well, that's what that guy over there does.
That's his job.
That's
It's
tough
our job.
love, and y'all, I got you.
It's our job to keep them up,
Yeah.
get them ready for next week.
And
right.
we try to spoil him too, so.
Well, you spoil the radio crew too, because when we come in, y'all got plenty of food, and I can't get out of there and say, you want another one? Hamburger, whatever. But we do. Y'all are so vital to everything that goes on around here, and I'm glad we're able to do this and recognize y'all, and y'all do such a wonderful job. But I'd like to give y'all another round of applause for everything y'all do. Well, I hope that wasn't too bad. So,
I got a question from my audience.
Okay, what's the question?
Ms. Lucius, I know you've worked with numerous coaches over the years, but who's been your favorite coach?
Oh, you, Lee Doty.
We're going to make sure Jason wasn't watching this.
That's right.
We'll see about that.
Oh, he's my favorite principal now.
Actually, I'm just getting a text from Jason, and he said I dispute that. But anyway, good answer. Well, when we come back, Coach Doty will join us again, and we'll talk about the upcoming game against the Fredrick Douglass Bobcats. Got to remember that. And we'll look at the playoff bracket, and we'll be back in just a moment.
We are Marion State Bank.
And have been for 100 years.
Community banking. It's not just what we do, it's ingrained in who we are. By providing a banking experience you can trust. Marion State Bank. Marion, Farmerville, Sterlington, Monroe, West Monroe.
When the world is uncertain, having a focus can make everything clear. At Gallagher, our focus is community. Gallagher's purpose is to help you move forward with confidence by managing your risk, by helping you foster a healthy, thriving workforce. So whether your doors never closed or you're looking to return and rebuild, our focus remains where it's always been, on you and your community. Because that's what it means to build confidence together.
Here in Sterlington, our town motto is Faith, Family, Friends. At First Baptist Church, we believe those three things are what's most important for all of us, from the youngest to the oldest. We want to help you and your family thrive in each area. Whether you're new to town or just looking to get better connected, we'd love for you to come join us on a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. For a full schedule or more information, check out fbcsterlington.com. FBC Sterlington, we're here for you.
That's the sound of the fifth quarter at the 64 in Sterlington. Come and get some of that good old authentic Louisiana cuisine, like only the 64 can whip up for you, child. Nolan's has come to town, and there's only one place to be after the Panther game. It's the 64. Hey Trey, fix me some of them jazzy potatoes.
Hello, I'm Ross Downs of the Downs Law Firm. We're a personal injury law firm that handles cases involving 18-wheeler crashes, automobile wrecks, pedestrian accidents, as well as slip, trip, and fall. We're with our clients every step of the way. We advise them through issues surrounding the liability issues of a wreck or a personal injury. Please give us a call if we can be of further assistance.
Ross Downs, 318-284-8551.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates?
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm, especially when you combine them.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ron Bush in Sterlington today.
Welcome back to the Coach Lee Doty Show, brought to you by Benoit Ford of Farmville. Coach, we'll go ahead and preview the Fredrick A. Douglas Bobcats game, and then I'd like to talk a little bit about the bracket.
Okay.
But, Coach, the opening round game will be this Friday night, 7 o'clock.
Can I say one more thing?
Yes, please.
Miss Lucius is very humble. And she didn't tell you nearly the things that she does for us. Miss Lucius prepares not every, but 90% of our pregame meals. She cooks them along with Mr. Ronnie and maybe one or two others. She doesn't want a lot of help. She wants to do it herself. But I'm talking about, we have anything from smothered pork chops to bacon wrapped chicken, and you know, she does all this, and then after the game, if we're at home, we always have something to eat for the kids, for the coaches. If we're on the road, I tell Miss Lucius, hey, we're going to Westlake next week. Miss Lucius will make sure we have a place to stop and eat. She orders all the food for us. She pulls the trailer down, and on the trailer, she'll have bottled water, Powerade, and she'll make sure that after the game we have something to eat on the way back. And she goes and buys all this stuff. You know, it's not delivered, or you know, we go buy it. She goes to Sam's and might near every day, and she buys this stuff. And Mr. Ronnie goes, and you know what she tells you that she does is not nearly. You know, she does the hospitality room for all of our track meets. You know, Mr. Ronnie does all the cooking for our track meets. I could just go on and on and on about the things that she does especially for our football team, you know, and I really appreciate them so much. And like I said, they're being way too humble. And they talk about some of the landscaping. No, they do all the landscaping. And, you know, it's just amazing. And, you know, she's the Energizer Bunny. And we love her, and we love Mr. Ronnie. And again, thank y'all so much for everything you do. Thank you.
going to say those chili cheese dogs a couple of weeks back were really good. They really were good. I should have grabbed 3 of them. But Coach, just wanted to touch a little bit on the upcoming game against Fredrick A. Douglass. They're out of New Orleans. They were actually district champions of their district. But Coach, what can we expect? I know that's a team that we don't see a whole lot and didn't know much about these guys.
Right. Well, I mean, they're athletic, and they run spread formations and run a 4-man front on defense. They run the ball a good bit out of it, and they've had some success. And like I said, it looks like they're on a different quarterback. I think the other one got hurt in an earlier game, and they took their best receiver, I believe, and moved him to quarterback, and he's an athlete. Their running back's a good player. But they got some athletes, and to win a district championship, you got to be pretty good. But I've talked with the coach a couple of times this week, and some of the things that we take for granted, is not the way it is everywhere else. Since the hurricane, they haven't been able to get back in their building, so they're going to a school that's 30 minutes away from their building. Just to have class, and then they're having to bus those kids back for practices and those type of things. And some of those kids on his team have never been out of New Orleans. They've never been out of the New Orleans area. So, they're excited. They got a big bus, and they're going to come up and they're going to see things that some of those kids have never seen. So, I'm excited for them. And, it's going to be a heck of a game, I think. And I talked with our kids today about, we're so fortunate. We're so fortunate with everything we have, and these kids down here, they've seen an awful lot of stuff. So we're not going to feel sorry for them Friday night, at 7 o'clock. But I do admire them, and I do respect them, and he's kept that number up to around 35 to 40 kids on his roster, and I think he's, that's something that, that's pretty daggum good. So looking forward to meeting these guys and playing and competing against them, and, hopefully outcome will be on the Panther side.
Well, Coach, if we shift gears and talk a little bit about the bracket as it played out, and Heath made us a bracket out here, but given things turn out like they should or we hope, against Fredrick Douglass, second round game is going to be interesting. You got Grant hosting Westlake. Grant out of Dry Prong down in Grant Parish, and then you have Westlake, which is there just west of Lake Charles, across the bridge. Coach, traditionally you think you think Westlake would have the advantage there. Grant plays in, I believe, District 3A, I believe. And Coach, what's your thoughts on that game and a potential matchup against either one of those guys? I'm
not real sure. I know if Westlake wins, then we'll be traveling to Lake Charles next Friday night for the game. If Grant wins, we'll be at home. Those guys are, I will tell you this, Grant is probably the most improved program that I know of over the past 3 or 4 years. When I was at St. Mary's, we always tried to play them. But the fact that those guys are 8-2 this year is really amazing. And I know they're not playing the Pittsburgh Steelers, but they're playing the same people they used to play when they were 1-9. So the new coach down there has been there. I think this may be his 3rd year. He's done a heck of a job. The coach at Westlake was the head coach at Welch for several years. He won a state title down there. So, 2 good programs, and one on the rise and one that's a traditional power. So either way, we're going to have our hands full.
And, looking down, that bracket, Coach, and I think you'd agree, we actually got on probably the bad side of the bracket, if you want to call that, the team.
We definitely got on the challenging side.
We got on the heavy side of the bracket, I would say. And, looking a little bit further down, you've got a potential matchup between Madison Prep, which, of course, we played them in 2016, but they're defending state champions, knocked out Union 50-0 last year. Of course, St. James is who we went and faced in last year as well. that ought to be a pretty good matchup. I think St. James is a little bit down from where they were last year, possibly, but still, you got some great athletes to come out of that group down there, and a good coaching staff there as well. But I'll tell you what, Coach, that ought to be a heck of a ball game just looking down the bracket.
Well, that's the if that happens, that's a game between the past two state champions. You know, Madison Prep 2020 and St. James 2019. So tough sledding right there.
Well, and going down, and of course, I'm just kind of looking at the higher seeds. You know, there could easily be an upset. We see it every year. But the ones that really stick out to me, obviously, is Church Point. And folks probably remember back in 2018, we had that big shootout with those guys, 56-55 in triple overtime, I believe. And then, of course, Iowa. You don't always see them this high in the bracket, but my understanding in conversations with you, too, they've got some good athletes on that team. I tell you what, Church Point or Iowa is going to present a challenge to anybody that runs across those guys.
I agree wholeheartedly. It's going to be, like I said, that's a tough bracket right there.
Yeah, that upper side is a tough bracket. And, you know, the thing, looking down on that bottom end, Coach, of course, you're going to have number 2 Abbeville and number 3 St. Martinville, not necessarily traditional powers, which is kind of, you know, this first time I think I really have seen those guys in the top 5. And then you got number 6 Lutcher and Union at number 7. And then you go on down to number 10 will be Gina. But just local flavor, I want to say Weissman came in at the highest seed after Union. They're 18. They'll travel to Erath. And then Carroll, they drew a tough Lutcher team, number 6. A lot of people like Lutcher moving forward along with Bruley. And then, of course, Richwood gets the trip down to Abbeville at the 31 seed. But I tell you what, Coach, in that, just looking at it, you know, seems like, I mean, Union's got they've got a favorable path to the quarters at least. You know, Gina may give them a fit, but I don't know, Coach, what's your thoughts about that bottom side of the bracket? Again, you know, Lutcher kind of stands out too, and I'm not taking anything away from Abbeville or St. Martinville by any means, but
well, I mean,
it's a wide open. That's a wide open.
We really don't know a whole lot about those teams down there, but I can tell you this: Lutcher better be buckled up when they play Carroll, and it wouldn't surprise me if Carroll gives them all they want. And I would fully expect, since you're asking me to make a prediction here, I think Bruley will come out of that part of their bracket. I think they're pretty good. So they're physical, and I think they're going to be tough to deal with right there. So, but anyway, it's a tough bracket. But you know what? You want to be challenged. It should keep our kids focused. And you know, if you win this thing, if you get there from the top half of the bracket, then you've earned it. So you know, nothing easy, nothing great comes easy, and our kids, they know. I mean, they can see and they know what we got to do. So we'll be fired up and ready to do it.
I think that's a great point you make, Coach. Is, you know, sometimes if you got a challenge in front of you, you're more focused and you're more intent on what you got to do and how you got to do it and how you got to execute it. If you look at a schedule and you see an upset down the line and it's somebody that you say, well, I'll just go in there. I don't know that you're quite focused. That one thing I'll say, and you came out, y'all have these kids ready to play and very prepared. And very rare do you see somebody just completely blown out in coverage or whatever. I mean, if it's something, it's almost like it's full blast. If you make a mistake, you better be making it full speed. But my hat's off to you guys to get these kids focused like you do.
Well, we're going to have to keep doing that, and we're going to have to do a good job of preparing, and our kids are going to have to do a good job of preparing. So, like I said, we got a tough road ahead, and but like, hey, man, we're going to go out there swinging and see what happens.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, do you have any closing comments?
Well, like I said, we'll play this Friday night and at Panther Stadium. Game time 7 o'clock. Tickets will be sold at the gate, and hope everybody comes out. You know, we need a big crowd. We need some support. It's supposed to be a beautiful football night, so come out and support these young men as they begin this journey. And as always, go Panthers.
Absolutely, and I reiterate what Coach said. We need everybody out there. We want everybody back behind these Panthers. It's been a special season, and we want to keep that thing rolling, and we plan on being back here again next week.
NELA Turf Farms provides sales, delivery, and installation of luscious sods and rich soils. Whether you're building your own lawn from scratch or you're looking to restore the look and feel of your old landscape, we can help. Our technicians have over 20 years of experience analyzing our residential and commercial clients' needs. Contact us today to learn more about our services or to schedule an initial appointment. Carpenter Road, Bastrop, Louisiana.
I spend my nights under the stage lights, but after the applause, I'm back in my truck from my hometown dealer, Benoit Motors. The country roads of Louisiana are my soul, and Benoit Motors gets who I am and who we are. They are proud to be a dealership for the everyday American. Join me and become a member of their family. Benoit Motors, they're with you for all your life's big moments and all the miles in between.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Empire Media and Management. Any unauthorized reproduction is strictly prohibited.
I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millions, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of violence cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock. Cardiac, I'm the boss man in a suit with no tie. I can't be sober, I gotta stay high. Put me some syrup in the counter that's dry. Riding them special like Bunny and Clyde. Don't worry, baby, I keep me some fire. Shenanigans and burgers, she cannot decide. The ladies Mercedes will go to surprise. Don't sleep on Miss Lady, her pussy, her pride. Digging her back while I'm gripping her sides. Digging my back, this ain't regular size. You really fly, we like pelican guys. She ain't slick, I can tell her the skies. Upgrade at my wrist, put her gas in the sky. She think I might sign her and change her whole life. I told her to goggle and work on her eyes. Everything litty, I love when it's hot. Turned to the city, I broke out the notch. Got some more millions, I keep me a knot. I created history, it made me a lot. He tried to diss me and it don't false. We call them Chaucer cause they gonna chop. Took her out of violence cause of pop. I run it like Nike, we got it on lock.
Cash, money, drink, cash, burn, bring them in, say this. I don't wanna put it in the bag. I just passed it to the door like one spell. I took the Billy cool back in the hot in the car. I put this bitch in front of the Billy in front of the driver. And man, this shit that is weed, he can't smoke in the road. Right, wow. I stepped up and cut up, I'm drinking, I shoot up the tires. I'm in the coupe by myself. I had to kick her though when I was fast. Keep the was on the shelf. Hostess around in the fan. I'm sick and tired of the youngsters act like they fine and telling their lies. Acting like they the one created this and they get all this drip from my guys.
Hey, we in playoff mode now. 10-0, baby. Hey, we on top this year.
We the best in the nation. Hey, catch us in the dome though. For real. Gonna go out, man, I can't go out, no way I'm gonna go out. I just grip on her ass and I show her, I sit like a champ and I wait on her.
Well, Coach, thanks once again for giving us a little time before kickoff here on the pregame show and the round one of the playoffs. And, Coach, before we jump into talking about last week or even this week, I just want to say congratulations on a perfect regular season and finishing 10-0.
Thank you, man. We appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Well, Coach, looking back on the offseason and summer workouts, would you say this team has met expectations or in some ways gone beyond the expectations you saw coming into the season?
Well, I think we've gone beyond. I can't tell you I was expected to sit here and be 10-0. Our kids have worked really hard. Our coaching staff's worked really hard. So I'd have to say that, we probably exceeded expectations in regular season.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on that. I know everybody's really – a lot of expectations still swirling around this program, sitting at 10-0, the number 1 seed. And then coming into last week's matchup against Carroll, you guys have a chance to clinch the district championship for the 4th out of 5 years outright. And you come out and hang 51 points and get a 50-18 win. And but the ball game ended differently than it began. That first half really was a dogfight, and I think that's what you expected with Carroll coming down 165.
Oh, no doubt, and they got after us, and our kids had to come in at halftime, and our coaches had to come in and make some adjustments. So, it was a good thing for us. We needed that.
Well, Coach Carroll, we talk about the fight they gave in the first half. They were able to capitalize on some big plays, and the quarterback just seemed to make every throw he wanted to. I know some guys got open, but he was dropping the ball right on those guys in stride. I believe the numbers, and I know William talked about this a moment ago, about 240 yards passing in the first half with 3 scores. But all week we had talked about Amari Greeley. We really thought their offense would run through him. Were you surprised that they didn't focus and that it didn't run through him?
Yeah, I really was, and, had no idea they would come out and throwing the ball. And if they were going to come out and throw the ball, I had no idea they were going to throw it that well. He hadn't really shown that on film. But, the kid had a great night, and, hats off to him and hats off to Carroll for doing something different.
Well, Coach, even in the first half, your offense is able to stay a step ahead. You do take that 21-18 lead into the half. But what was this locker room like at halftime?
Busy, Well, it was busy, but it wasn't frantic, and nobody was in panic mode. We just came in and got our kids set down and got them something to drink and a little bite to eat, and the coaches went to work on making some adjustments. And, it was a very short halftime, so we had to hurry up and make that happen. But, we were able to relay it to the kids, and, they went out and executed.
Well, Coach, you made the comment to me after the game, and I believe to a couple of your coaches after the game, that you felt like it was finally a halftime where you guys had to come in and had to coach. You weren't talking about running clock. You weren't talking about when you were going to sub. What did you mean by that, and how important was that moment for your coaching staff?
Well, just to be honest with you, last several games when we come in at halftime, we're drinking Coke Zeros and, trying to figure out, reckon we'll have a running clock and subbing, situations and, do we take Mason out now, those type of things. But, we came in the other night and we had to coach, and we needed that because we're going to do that in the playoffs. We're not going to run away from everybody. So that's what I meant by that. The coaches actually had to come in and change the game plan a little bit, and was excited to see us do that.
Well, Coach, those halftime adjustments obviously worked. You come out and your offense scores 27 unanswered points in the third quarter, and then your defense just slams the door shut on Carroll. Carroll had a little over 300 yards at the half. I think they had 46 yards total offense in that second half. And so what were the biggest adjustments that you guys made, offense and defense?
Well, offensively, we just, sometimes you just change the guy that's pulling, or, you attack an outside shoulder instead of an inside shoulder. And it was very simple adjustments once we got in here when we were able to sit down for a minute. And then defensively, we just – we decided we was going to make them run the ball. So we started double covering receivers and, giving the illusion that it was wide open on the run, and just blitzing off the edges and, covering receivers and then running blitzes from those coverages. So, just simple adjustments, but it worked really well for us.
Coach, one of the things on defense that I know William and I noticed and was kind of an underrated player that we've not talked a lot about this year, but you put Max Reisinger in the ballgame at the money position, and I know he had, I think it was 1 sack and another couple of hurries. How big was his play for you Friday night? I don't know if you guys had practiced that, but it seemed like it worked really well that third quarter.
Yeah, we practiced that. It's part of our defensive package, and, he's earned the right to be that guy right there, and, he was a big difference in the game the other night. Immediately made an impact because we can double cover with him, or we can blitz him, and so it helps an awful lot. Just it's almost like having a 12th guy out there. So he played really well, and he's very coachable, and it's good to have him out there.
Well, Coach, again, congratulations on that big win over Carroll, outright District 2 3A champs for the 4th time in 5 years. Who were your players of the week? And again, those are brought to us by First Security Title of Monroe.
Well, first security title of Monroe Players of the Week, and special teams is Jacob Green. You know, Jacob had a great night, and he's a very good player, and you know, he could really probably get that award every week, but you know, had a good night the other night. Our defensive player of the week is DJ Hutchinson. DJ is a guy, he's really came and improved a whole lot his senior year and getting to play an awful lot of reps. So. And then our offensive player is Brendan McNair. You know, Brendan graded out at 87% the other night and probably had his best game of the year. So those are our first security title of Monroe Players of the Week.
Well, congratulations to those guys. Again, Coach, congratulations on closing out the regular season 10-0.
Thank you.
But tonight, round one begins. The playoffs are here. It's win or go home. And you're welcoming in Fredrick Douglass High School. I believe they're the Bobcats out of New Orleans. Most of us folks have looked for them this week on Max Preps. I know I had to do a little research to find them. They're the Kip Renaissance of years past. They've changed their names down there. But you guys come into this playoff with the number one seed. You've earned that with the competition you've played, the wins you've gathered. And as you've looked at the playoff picture, I know we want to take week to week, but I just want to get your thoughts on what do you see in this 3A bracket this year from the field of teams that are there?
I think it's probably – 6 or 7 teams legit that can win this thing. Maybe even 8. But it's deep as I've ever seen it. Usually you got 1 or 2 good teams on each side of the bracket. This year we've got 5 or 6 on our side of the bracket alone. So it's a very deep bracket this year, and we're a senior-laden team and we're good, but about 6 or 7 other teams are senior-laden and good as well. So. It's going to be a tough road to hoe, but our guys are going to be ready and get after it.
Absolutely. Well, Coach, tonight, again, we talk about Fredrick Douglass coming in, not a team that we know a whole lot about. I tried to do some research this week and just looking some things up on them, and there's just not a whole lot. They come in, I believe it's 5-5, and as you guys have watched them on film, talked to some other coaches, what can you tell us about this team and what stands out to you?
The quarterback is a good athlete. He was playing receiver earlier in the year, and they've moved him to quarterback. He's a good athlete. The running back kind of reminds me of the Carroll running back, Greeley, with the way he can cut. He's a really good player. So, a 4-man front on defense and seem to be well prepared and well coached. So, they're going to be excited. I could talk with the coach the other day, and he said some of those kids had never even been out of New Orleans. So, they're going to get on a nice charter bus and drive up and see things they've never seen before. So, I'm excited for them and looking forward to the competition.
Well, Coach, as we talked about a moment ago, every week now is win or go home. As you guys get ready to take the field tonight, what will be your message to your team before y'all come out of the locker room?
Just enjoy the moment. You never know how many more you got with this team, and, we want this journey to continue with this team. Lord's willing, I'll be here next year. The rest of our coaches will be here, but our seniors won't be. So, we want to continue this journey as long as we can with this group of seniors, and, we love this team and we want to keep it together as long as possible.
Well, Coach, as folks are making their way to the stadium tonight and those that are listening online, any final thoughts for them as they make their way here or tune in tonight?
Well, I hope everybody shows up tonight, and come out and support the Panthers. But if not, of course, they can watch us and, on shspantherfootball.com. And as always, go Panthers.
Panther fans, you're listening to the pregame show with Coach Doty. We're going to take a quick break, and we'll be back to get you set with kickoff with myself, William Handy, and Chris Sturdivant in just a moment.
This broadcast is copyrighted by Empire Media and Management. Any unauthorized reproduction is strictly prohibited.
Well, good evening, Panther fans, and thanks for joining us tonight for the broadcast of Panther football brought to you by McDonald's. This is round one of the LHSAA playoffs, featuring your Sterlington Panthers against the Fredrick Douglass High School Bobcats straight out of New Orleans. And so we're anxious to welcome them into tonight's matchup. Panthers are the number 1 seed, and Fredrick Douglass comes in as the 32 seed. Beautiful night, good crowd showing up here on Panther Stadium. And should be a fun night of football, William.
It really should. And, Coach Doty made a good point. A lot of those kids from Fredrick Douglass really hadn't gotten much farther than just outside New Orleans, so they were really excited about coming up here. I had a chance to talk to one of the little trainers before the game, and unfortunately there was a big accident coming out of New Orleans, apparently on I-10, and he said they sat on that bridge for 2 hours. So they rolled in about 6 o'clock, but, hey, we saw them warming up, and they're short on numbers, but, they look good, and so looking forward for the competition tonight.
Yeah, when you think of 3A schools, you don't often think of 30 football players, but that's what they've got dressed out tonight. Had a couple of injuries, and then I think they made the trip, I believe, with 32-plus coaches. And, they do come in tonight 4-3, we talked about a moment ago, and so they are the district champs out of New Orleans in that district with Booker T. Washington. They were the benefactor of a forfeit loss, it was a loss to Booker T. Washington. And so they come in 32 seed, and you're really not real sure what you're going to get.
I don't think anybody really knows. I mean, the guys are going to come up here. It's going to be like Carroll last week. I mean, they'll just go for broke. What have you got to lose, that made that long trip up here. But, hey, look, they own a win over McDonald 35. And, I always think of McDonald 35 having some horsepower there. But they do have 3 wins and a forfeit. They are 4-3. But hey, look, like you said, man, you never know. That's why you play the game.
Yeah, I always hate that statistic. The things like a 32 seed never be the 1 seed. Well, there's always
that chance.
And you don't want to be that one.
Well, so, who was it in basketball that got pumped? It was a team out of Baltimore.
Oh, we got fireworks tonight here at Panther Field.
Wow. And a half moon. It's really pretty out here tonight.
And really for the Panthers tonight, you just really want to see them come in and do what they've been doing. Finish or start tonight like you finished last week against Carroll and took the district championship. And regardless of what Fredrick Douglass does, you got to be you.
Well,
what you do and let the results handle themselves.
And it's what you said. This is one of those games where you just have to come out, execute, take care of business, and do what you're supposed to do. And as long as they do that, we'll be fine. And then we'll be looking at either a home game here against Grant Parish, or we'll hit the road to Westlake and Lake Charles.
That's right. And, that's the one thing I heard Coach Doty tell his team today, and he and I talked about it in the pregame a moment ago. Yeah, just the playoffs are different than any other round or any other game you played. This is win or go home.
That's right.
And so you just gotta execute. That's it. Panther fans, we're going to head into the national anthem and prayer, and then we'll be back to get you set for kickoff in just a moment.
Please bow your heads. Dear Lord, we come to you tonight and thank you for everyone here. God, I pray that you would be with both teams as they play tonight and help the players to honor you as they play. Thank you for all the friends, family, and fans here, and keep everyone safe as they travel home. Help us to love others like you would and to glorify you in everything that we do. And it's in Jesus' name I pray. Amen.
All right, Panther fans, Fredrick Douglass is making their way to their sideline. They'll wear white jerseys, white pants, blue stripes down the side, navy blue numbers, and they are the Bobcats. Panthers tonight choose to go all gray uniforms, gray pants, gray jerseys, white numbers, and, of course, that black helmet with the Panther claw marks on it. Tonight's captains will be number 12, Luke Handy, number 90, Caleb Andrews, number 81, Jackson Porter, number 45, Jacob Green. Actually, they're going to send all the seniors out.
I think maybe all the seniors are coming out.
So all the seniors will go out there. You're going to hear all of those names at some point tonight, but that will be the senior class of 2022 making their way to midfield.
I'd like to give a big thank you to the Colvin family.
Absolutely.
We you and I kind of took credit for coming up with He Gone on Tramel Colvin, and I said something to him before the game this evening. I said, "We still don't have our short Tramel. He's such a great kid. He ran that." And she delivered. I want to thank her so much for bringing us through. It is exactly what we thought it would be, and Ben and I both got one. We'll get Tramel to
Captains for the Sterlington Panthers, number 12, Luke Handy. Number 81, Jackson Porter. Number 45, Jacob Green. Followed by the entire senior class.
Let's go ahead and get that started for First Baptist Church starting. Let's let you take the defense tonight, and I'll take the offense in this game.
Okay. Go ahead. Defensive end number 58, Kelvin Hall, a junior. Defensive tackle number 9, Caleb Andrews, a senior. Defensive tackle number 48, Jackson Moore, a sophomore. You'll also see senior defensive tackle number 99, DJ Hutchinson. Defensive end number 19, Charlie Robinson, junior. Linebacker number 12, Luke Handy, a senior. Linebacker number 3, Jackson King, a sophomore. Linebacker number 10, Chase Mitchell, a senior. Quarterback.
The Bobcats have won the toss and chose to the third.
15, Cole Thompson, a senior. Strong safety number 37, Jay Palmer, a junior. And free safety number 18, Lamar Mills, a senior.
The Bobcats won the toss. They deflated in the second half. So just a moment, Panthers will begin to return to the field and in the offense.
Tonight's game is brought to you by our title sponsor, McDonald.
75, Peyton Park Smith, a senior. 55, Edwin Williams, a senior. 57, Jordan Johnson, a senior. Number 71, Brendan McNair, a senior. Number 70, Mitch Hodman, a sophomore. The tight ends tonight, number 34, Tony Rivera, a senior. Number 89, Grant Campbell, a senior. Number 5 receivers, number 9, John Paul, a junior. Number 4, Rand Foster, a senior. Fullback tonight, number 5, Bryce Luck, a senior. Tailback number 2, Jacoby Miller, a senior. We'll also see number 47, Elijah Hatfield, number 26, Tramel Colvin into the ball game.
Back deep to receive, number 11, Sterling Sims.
A junior. That's your starting.
And number 26, Tramel Colvin.
First Baptist Church, Sterlington. Kickoff return team is on the field. Tramel Colvin.
I believe Sterling is back on this side.
Bobcats will get set to kick away. Listening tonight, they're kicking left to right.
I always want you to say on your radio dial.
I always say no in your mind's eye.
Left to right on your YouTube channel.
That's watching. You're watching it for sure.
Yeah, on podcast.
All right, Bobcats get set. There's the whistle. This first quarter is underway. Good high kick. He comes down right about the 20. Be fielded by Sterling. He's looking for some room up the middle. He's going to push through. He's trying to get through across midfield. He's still running. He's going to get all the way down.
Sterling Sims will make it all the way down to the 22-yard line.
That's where the offense will come to the field for the first time.
Ball out to the 42-yard line of the Bobcats.
After the kickoff, it'll be the Panthers, first and 10 at the Bobcat, 42-yard line.
There's a lot of excitement building this team when we get into week-to-week playoff action. A lot of folks want to see how good this team is, and hopefully we've got a good run in front of us. Looks like the Panthers will come out in a spread formation. 3 receivers to the far side. 1 receiver set to the near side. Lohan in the shotgun. Little freeze play. Now looks over 2 at the sideline. Gets the change. Now makes the ball. Lohan calls for it. There's the snap. He's looking for a quick out to Ram Foster. Catch is going to be the 35-yard line.
Pass complete to number 12, Ram Foster. Second and 3. Bobcat, 35-yard line.
Shotgun formation to the end this time. Jamel Cobble beside Lohan. Now it's going to be a quick toss for Kyle Smith in motion. He's trying to get outside. He's going to get the first down and then out of bounds around the 25-yard line. That'll be a bounce off for
That's to get it down. Slow for Panther. First down. It's number 28, Micaiah Smith on the carry.
They wanted to see a lot of early on. He hurt that ankle. He's been out a lot this season, so good to see him get carried here early. I formation for the Panthers. Gets him set. There's a snap toss back to Jamel. He's coming on this near side. Trying to get the field. 10, 15, 5.
That's the new downs off Gonna get the Panthers first and goal at the Bobcat 4-yard line.
Calming down at the 4-yard line. The Panthers have a first down and goal from the own 4.
Gets him in the I formation. Mark Jamel behind him in the I. There's a snap. Give to B5. And he's into the end zone for the
That's going to be Bryce Smart for the Panthers. Jacob Green out to the extra point. Extra point is good. 10:57 remaining in the first quarter. Your Panthers 7, Bobcats 0.
I'd like to also do a special for
Number 45, Jacob Green.
She is not just a skilled camera person. She is also an awesome go-getter. Because, I mean, she made the offer, and I think we all said, sure. But thank you, Kayla.
All right, Jacob Green gets set to kick it away. Looks like number 4, Tyron Randall, and number 13, Mike Dallier, will drop back for the Bobcats, standing at their own 20. Jacob makes his approach. There's a kick, and it's going to sail over their heads into the end zone for a touchback, and the Bobcats will begin tonight. 1st and 10 on their own 20-yard line. And, William, I got to say, a little surprised that their return team was up so close.
Yeah, I don't, very rarely does Jacob not put it in the end zone, but, I don't know how much film they watched. We didn't see a whole lot on them before they came up here. But they will take the ball over at their 20-yard line with a 1st down and 10.
Looks like that Panther defense, they're going to come out in what we call the money defense. So Max Reisinger will get the start tonight at the money position. Looks like it'll be Kellen Hall, Caleb Andrews, and Charlie Robinson across the front. Shotgun formation for the Bobcats. 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, tailback to the left of the quarterback. There's a snap. He's going to be a quarterback run, trying to keep it around that right side, looking for some room. And he's going to try to find the corner, and then he is met immediately and taken out of bounds by number 18, Armand the Hammer Mills.
Yeah, the Hammer Mill came up and dropped the hammer. It was a great shot by Mills. He didn't let him get anywhere. Matter of fact, there's no gain on that carry. It's going to be 2nd down and 10. That ball's still on the 20-yard line.
Hey, and for those Panther fans that are listening, I know you can now hear us. Sorry about that. A little technical difficulty there beginning. Panthers lead 7-0. Bobcat 2nd down and 10. Quick toss out to that right side. Catch is made, and he's going to have enough for a Bobcat 1st down up across the 30-yard line.
Tell you what, the Bobcats come out firing. Don't know much about their passing game, but they do run that spread, so that's why we have that money out there. Picked up 1st down, got the ball right to the 30-yard line. Be 1st down and 10 for the Bobcats.
The quarterback tonight for the Bobcats is number 2, DeWine Smith. Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. There's a snap, quick give to the tailback. Up the middle, that's number 4, Tyron Randall. He's going to get about 3 yards and then be tackled.
Yeah, there's a host of Panthers in on that tackle. Looked like Charlie Robinson came up off the bottom of that stack. Picked up about 4 yards on that carry. He's 2nd down and 6 for the Bobcats at their own 34.
Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers near side, 1 receiver to the far side. The tailback, number 4, Randall, sits beside Smith in the shotgun. Smith calls for it. There's the snap. Going to be a play action fake. The quarterback's going to keep it. He's going to get across the 35 up to about the 38-yard line, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down and 2.
Took it back up inside, quarterback draw, as you said.
This 3rd down brought to you by Sterlington Rehab.
Looked like Handy drug him down just short of the marker, so you look at the 3rd down and 1. Let's call it 3rd down and a long 1.
Looks like the new tailback will be number 10, Arthur Freetime. Smith calls for it again. There's a snap. Quick give to the tailback. He's not going to get there. He's going to be short. Driven back the line of scrimmage, and that'll bring up a 4th down.
Looked like number 10, Chase Mitchell, and Kellen Hall both were there to stymie that run. See where they're going to place the ball. They gave him forward progress. Still going to be 4th down and 1. He actually got a little bit of yardage on that. So DJ Hutchinson is checking in for Chase Mitchell.
Panthers will go with 5 down linemen on defense. 2 linebackers will be Luke Handy and Jackson King. Same formation again for the Bobcats. Randall checks back into the ballgame at tailback. Smith calls for it. Trying to get the Panthers to jump offside. Now call for it again. There's a give. Tailback's looking for some room. I believe he's going to have just enough, and that'll be another Bobcat 1st down.
Like he started to the right and was able to kind of peel it back to the left. A little bit of an opening there. That's one of those where we talked about they got nothing to lose. I mean, they're going to go for broke tonight. He picked up 2, needed 1. He got that 1st down. The ball is on the 41 of the Bobcats. 1st down and 10, 7:40 in this 1st quarter. Panthers up 7-0.
Bobcats look over their sideline, getting the play call. Looks like they'll bring 2 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Now with 2 running backs in the backfield, 1 beside Smith, 1 behind him. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. Going to be a little lead play to the tailback, and he's going to lose yardage on that play. Tackle to the 39.
Looked like big Jackson King and Jack Moore on that tackle. The 2 Jacks. I'll take a pair of Jacks all day long. Cheesy, huh?
That was good.
Thank you very
2 points
much
for that one. 2 points for that one.
Yeah, thank you very much. So that makes it looks like it's going to be 2nd down and 12. They push the ball back to the 39-yard line of the Bobcats.
2nd down and 12 for the Bobcats. They come out, same formation this time, 2 receivers to the near side. Now both tailbacks walk up beside Smith. He calls for the ball. There's the snap. He drops straight back. He's immediately put under pressure, and he's going to be going to escape the sack. Now he's up the sideline looking for some room. He's going to pick up about 6 yards. Should have been sacked for about an 8-yard loss, but able to escape, and that's going to bring up a 3rd down.
Boy, I don't know how he did that little Houdini act. It looked like he was – they had him from every side and the back. But, you know, a lot of times they come in so fast, quarterback takes that 1 step up, and he's able to get just enough of a crease, and he finds it. And the guy like him can break that thing loose. You can tell he's a good runner, very good runner. So that's going to set up a 3rd down and 7 with the ball on the 44 of the Bobcats.
Same formation again for the Bobcats. Quarterback calls for the ball. There's the snap. He drops straight back. Under pressure from Caleb Andrews, and he's going to throw it up, and it is going to be tipped in and dropped. Number 10.
Well, let me just say what they always say. If you're a receiver, you wouldn't be playing defense, right?
I'm telling you, Chase Mitchell was playing volleyball right there with himself, and
if we had
a shot at it and then dropped it.
I was going to say, if we had a volleyball team, I think Chase would need to get on that roster. Man, I've never seen one bounce.
He tipped that ball probably 4 times. It seemed
4 or
like.
5 times. It's, an odd-shaped ball. I mean, it just does what it wants to do, right?
That's right. The punt team will come on for the Bobcats. Ram Foster will drop back for the punt. He'll stand at his own 27-yard line.
Now, I did see
I had to hesitate on that one, William. Look out there at 18 and 10. Those numbers sometimes, the way they wear those jerseys, there's a little wrinkle in it. And you have to double check.
It's hard to
tell. They
tell.
fussed at me last week, but y'all should have got different numbers. Oh, there's the snap, and it's going to be on the ground, and it's going to be blocked by Sterling Sims and recovered there. Panthers will take over 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 32-yard line.
Actually, I don't think he ever even got the ball. He dropped it on the ground and
he tried to kick it off the turf. Did you see that?
I saw that. I did have I did get to see the special teams.
Yeah.
And let me say this, Ben. That guy, if he gets it, he's a one-step punter, and he's got a powerful leg. He can boom it. Now, I'm not kidding you. And your wife's a one-step punter? That reason right there.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, they just don't work the protection or whatever it is.
Well, when you only got 30 kids, you're limited on the things that you can work on.
I know.
For sure.
You are right, but, man, he can boom it.
Shotgun formation for the Panthers. 2 receivers to the near side. Lawhon rolls out to his left, looking downfield. Going to take a shot for John Barr. He makes the catch, and he's in. Nope, they're going to say he stepped out of bounds just inside the 1-yard line.
Wow.
That'll bring a 1st and goal for the Panthers. First down brought to you by the Downs Law Firm, and the offense will set up in the Ron D. Bush red zone.
That will be on the 6-inch line. You know what, Ben? The interesting thing about that, he had 2 catches last week for a touchdown. He's probably upset. That would have been 3 passes, 3 touchdowns, and a pretty good distance, too. I saw him look at the official, but, he was right there. It looked like it was close.
He may have stepped out of bounds before he reached.
He very well could have.
I was looking at the ball, thought maybe it got across, but, hey, 1st and goal at the 6-inch line. You'll take that. I formation for the Panthers. Ramajay and Tremail behind Lawhon in the I. There's the snap. Quick give to Ramajay, and he's in for the touchdown.
Once again, just a dive play right over the center. And, of course, Hatfield. He's a plow just like B5 Bryce Lark is, but good job of the Panthers to get the ball down. Punch it in for the
touchdown, brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street. This extra point brought to you by David Bryant, Realtor. Real nice setup right there, William.
Thank you very much.
We're getting good at this in week 11.
Yeah.
Panther offense gets set. There's the snap, the hold, and the kick is up, and it is good. And with 5:30 remaining in the first quarter, Panthers 14, Bobcats nothing.
It kind of reminds me of one of my favorite lines in Ferris Bueller where he says, "Hey, don't worry. I'm a professional."
That's right.
So we're professionals, okay?
Absolutely.
So anyway, there's some young people out there saying, "What the heck is a Ferris Bueller?"
We got good gumbo. We got great hot chocolate. We got salad. Cupcakes.
Now Kayla ate one of our cupcakes.
Wait a minute.
That was kind of payback for getting those bowls.
That's right. She deserved it.
Yeah, she did. I mean, look, if I got to give her my cupcake, that's fine.
Yep.
But
maybe next week we can talk her into getting us Daryl's po' boy.
But dude,
if we go to Westlake, I guess that's if it's at Westlake.
Your wife and that hot chocolate she made, that stuff's like syrup.
Yep, she has perfected hot chocolate.
I like it like that syrupy.
And, if you're saying, hey, what's the secret? For $19.95, you too can have great hot chocolate.
And you're only going to give it to people if they send in their money.
All right, Panthers get set to kick it away here in the first quarter. First quarter action brought to you by CommuniHealth Services of Northeast Louisiana. Jacob Green gets set to kick it away. This time the Bobcat returners will back up to stand at their own 9 and 10 yard line. Jacob makes his approach. There it is. There'll be a high kick. Going to come down about the 2 and be fielded there. Man's looking for a return. Maddox Bryan's going to make him force back the other direction, and then he's going to be wrapped up by some Panthers and going to be taken down right at the 14-yard line.
I was thinking that was Armand Mills that made that tackle.
Was.
I thought it was. He jumped up so quick, couldn't.
Yep, Armand and Jay Bonner there to wrap up the return man. Maddox Bryan forced him back to the inside just like he's supposed to.
Exactly. Well, if you don't make that tackle, you make sure you force him back up into the flow coming to you. And that's a good job by Maddox Bryan to do that. So the Bobcats have the ball at their own 14, first down and 10.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver to the far side. There's the snap. Quarterback's going to give it to the tailback. He's pushing ahead, going to get around the 15, push up maybe to the 16, and that'll be it.
Yeah, Jackson King made that tackle, filled the hole real quick. Going to give him looks like they're going to give him 1 yard on the carry. It's going to be second down and 9 balls on the 15-yard line of the Bobcats. Got to get my felines right
That's
there.
Right. Shotgun formation again. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far, tailback to the right of Smith in the backfield. There's the snap. He's going to drop straight back, looking for a quick hitter, and it's batted away by number 12, Luke Handy.
Yep. Looked like he may have had a chance, but he was falling down. He really wanted that one last week at Carroll, and I'm going to tell you, I said, hey, what? He didn't even let me finish. He said, don't want to talk about it.
Yeah, I noticed, shout out to our Empire Media crew, I noticed in the highlight video they made sure that made the highlight video.
Well, we didn't talk about that.
I meant to tell Luke today, and I forgot.
He did have the tackle.
I won't forget next week.
He did have the tackle on Amari Greeley.
Absolutely.
Great running back at Carroll, so that's kind of offset.
We are equal opportunity announcers. We're going to give it to you when you do great.
That's right.
And when you miss a chance, we're going to remind you of that too.
Right.
Shotgun formation for the Bobcats. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Looks like we're going to have a timeout by the Bobcats. They'll take the break. We'll take it with them. We'll be right back. Panthers 14, Bobcats nothing.
CommuniHealth Services in Bastrop provides quality medical, dental, and behavioral healthcare services for patients of all ages. Our goal is to make a difference by providing superior healthcare services and exceed patient expectations by doing the right thing every day to improve lives in our community. Visit CommuniHealth.org today.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates.
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ron Bush in Sterlington today.
Panther fans, we're back in this first quarter, brought to you by CommuniHealth Services of Northeast Louisiana. The Bobcats are coming out of the timeout. They'll have third down and a long 9. The ball will sit on their own 15-yard line. They'll come out in that 2 tailback shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the near side, 1 receiver set to the far side. Quarterback calls for the ball. He'll drop straight back. Looking downfield, going to take a shot. And Cole Thompson is there. Oh, in and out of his hands, incomplete.
Well,
he won't be saying nothing to Luke.
No, and I imagine Luke will catch him when he comes to the sideline, and you wouldn't have so many pass defense if you made interception. Is that right?
That's right, something like that.
Well, he got him last week, so
yep.
You know those two act like twins anyway. They're kind of Twinkies, so they'll get each other. Hey, let me get the drive summary on that other drive. It's 2 plays, 32 yards, 13 seconds off the clock, 1 yard run from Ramaje Hatfield.
Yeah, appreciate Chris getting those to us every time. Sometimes the action just gets away from us. Bobcats are going to punt, little knuckle ball, going to come down at about the 35, take a Bobcat roll, and it's going to be downed at the 47-yard line of the Bobcats. Panthers will take over 1st and 10 again in Bobcat territory.
That's the thing about him. He's a one-step guy, but he gets enough loft on it, and usually when it hits the ground on these turf fields, it rolls. But again, I think he's just had to do that short step to survive, but he does a good job. I'm going to tell you, he really does.
All right, Panthers come out. I formation. Ram Foster to the far side. John Barr set here to the near side. Lark and Trammell behind Lawhon in the I. Lawhon goes under center. There's a snap. Lawhon's going to roll to his right. Going to a little pump and go, and now going to take a shot for Ram Foster down the far sideline. Hits him in stride. 5. Touchdown, Panthers. What a throw.
Very nice throw. Nice route. Foster got behind the cornerback, and just a beautiful pass from Mason Lawhon. Kind of rolled, stepped up in the pocket, set his feet, and made a nice throw. He has those nice throws that are easy to catch. But, you know, I was about to say right before they snapped the ball, you think they're expecting to run. They had everybody in the box except for the safety, and he was about 5 yards deep. So that put Foster one-on-one on the right side, and it was just a good pitch and catch from those two guys.
That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street. Panthers on to attempt the David Bryant extra point. There's the snap, the hold, the kick is up, and we're going to have a stoppage. I believe it's going to be an offsides against the Bobcats. Should be half the distance, and the Panthers will retry the kick.
Eagle eye. Ben Hackler catches that. Can you tell me exactly which one was offside?
No, and for those of you that are watching, oftentimes you'll see that side judge throw his flag left or right, depending on who the call is. He tossed it to the left towards the defense, so that was the clue. And
that doesn't always work now. We had that discussion about 3 or 4 games
It works as
ago.
long as you have officials who know what's going on.
Ooh, you shouldn't be saying stuff.
Well, that's just true.
This
That's the way
stays
they
on
throw
the
it.
internet. They're going to see that.
That's okay.
They're going to get you back for that.
That's the truth. We've had some guys this year who've admitted they've missed some calls, so
okay.
A little grace there.
All right.
Extra point attempt again. There's the snap, the hold, kick is up, and it is good. And with 4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first quarter, Panthers 21, Bobcats nothing.
That really was a nice pass by Lawhon. I mean, Foster never broke stride.
Little out and up in the corner bit, and it was over.
Yeah, he got behind him, and that was all it took. You know, it's probably, you know, hitting Foster on that side, you've been hitting, you know, Barr. I mean, they are two different guys because Barr's about 6'4". You know, give him about a month or two, he'll be 6'5". But anyway, and then, you know, Foster runs about 5'11" probably.
Yeah, oh yeah.
You know, and so, you know, just a good
and I'm gonna
pass.
tell you something. I don't know who all listens to this broadcast, but I'm just gonna say if I'm a college coach that's looking for a guy that will do the work and run the routes and be in the right places and give me effort, Ram Foster's your guy. I'm not saying he's D1 gonna go play at LSU or Alabama, but there's not a harder working kid. There'll be some who work as hard, but nobody's gonna work harder and do the work than Ram has.
Coachable.
Absolutely.
The term is coachable. He does what he's got to do, or he does what he's told to do, and won't veer off of it unless it's just obvious.
Yeah.
That's
I'm
where
not
it's
sure
coming.
Ram wants to play college football. I know baseball is kind of his love, but man, I'm telling you, somebody in that D2 level really ought to take a look.
Yeah, there's nobody that's going to put his head down and knock you in the next week like he will.
Jacob Green kicks it away. That's going to sail into the end zone for a touchback. Bobcats will begin 1st and 10 at their own 20. That scoring drive was one play, 47 yards on the 47-yard touchdown pass from Lawhon to Foster that took 13 seconds off the clock. Scoring drives right now for the Panthers, 54 seconds, 13 seconds, and 13 seconds.
Got a score 14-7 Westlake right now. That game is being played at Grant Parish. That's the 16 and 17 seeds. So Westlake has got a 14-7 lead. Not sure if that's I'm sure it's still in the fourth quarter. I mean, the first quarter. Excuse me.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to the far to each side. Now man comes in motion to the near side. Smith calls for it. There's the snap. Again, going to be a quick shot outside. Catch is made. Reaching for the first down. Going to be just short. And that'll bring up a 2nd down and 1.
Load up this side, get trips on the right side, come back to the single matchup there on Thompson. Made the catch, but Thompson was able to bring him down before he got the yardage for the first down. So they're looking at a 2nd down and 1. They got the ball out to the 29.
3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Quarterback calls for the ball. There's a snap. Going to be a give to the tailback straight ahead. He puts his head down, gets across the 30 to about the 31. That'll be enough for a Bobcat first down.
I believe that was Chase Mitchell that came out of the pile. I thought at first that was Jackson King on the initial contact. That may have been Chase. I couldn't tell. Of course, these are a lot easier to see than those Carroll jerseys last week. Good night. Anyway, that brings a first down. Got the ball out to their own 32-yard line. Jack Moore checked out. DJ Hutchinson checked in. It's going to be first down and 10.
Same formation again for the Bobcats. Smith gets him set, now calls for the ball. There's a snap. Give again to the tailback, looking for some room around that right side, and he is popped and tackled at the line of scrimmage.
Boy, good tackle by Cole Thompson. Came up from that cornerback position, and he didn't bite on any juke move at all, just came in and took him out right away. Kept his eyes focused on that waist and drove him back. Gave him 1 yard on that carry. Going to set up a second down and 9 for the Bobcats.
Almost like Cole had been coached to tackle that way, William.
Well, I coached him when he was in YMCA football. I told him how to tackle.
I knew it was probably the YMCA coaches that got it right.
Wassman's up on Erath 8-0 right now. That's one we call was a upset special.
Upset alert. Shotgun formation again for the Bobcats. 3 to the near side, 1 to the far. Smith calls for it. He drops straight back, looking downfield. Going to take another shot way downfield, and it's going to be intercepted by number 18, Ahmad Mills.
That's another interception by Mills. He had one last week on a rushed pass by the quarterback of Carroll, and tonight collects his second in 2 weeks. Mills patrolling back there at that free safety position. I tell you, nobody does it better than number 18, and I promise you he will be getting that turnover chain, and I think he takes it. I think he keeps it. He's got the box. He does. Well, he told me. He said, I like wearing that chain. I said, don't worry, Mod, I'm going to get you one, and it's got the $sign on it. So, I mean, we'll get you fixed up there, Mod.
That turnover brought to you by Ashley Storage. Panther offense back on the field, 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line. Panthers come out, shotgun formation. 3 receivers to the far side. Lark at the tailback, set beside Lawhon. There's a snap. Lawhon drops straight back, looking to throw. Going to take a shot down the middle, intended for Ram Foster. The catch is made, and that's going to be a Downs Law Firm first down at the 38-yard line of the Bobcats.
Good hands catch by Foster down the middle of the field. I'm not quite sure. Looked like you had Barr and Foster pretty close. Somebody may have been on a little bit of a wandering on their route, but nevertheless, good reception.
Yeah, either somebody wandered, or it looked to me like maybe Lawhon took a little bit longer to throw the ball. Had to step up in the pocket, and took a little longer to develop. Same formation again. Actually, they're going to send 2 receivers to the far side, and now Trammell is going to be on the ground. Ball goes underneath Lawhon's legs, and it's still on the ground. Going to be picked up by the Bobcats, and they're into 10-5. Return, scoop, and score for the Bobcats. Just a bad snap all the way around, and the Panthers could not recover it, and the Bobcats get on the board.
Yeah, that was just a low snap, came out, just dribbled back to Lawhon. He wasn't able to collect it. It came back fast enough to where it scooted by him, and that's one of those where everything just went perfect for the Bobcats. It looked like Lawhon was going to get back on the ball, and it squirted out, and they had one guy just coming up that side and was able to scoop it up. And once he got past, any of the backs, that was over.
That was number 6, Ricky Lewis, for Fredrick Douglass, who took it back for the touchdown. Bobcats will go for 2. 2 receivers set to each side. Smith and Arthur Freetime in the backfield. Freetime now comes to the right of Smith in the formation. Looks like we're waiting on a football to get brought in.
Well, I'm assuming they're going to cut them some slack on that play clock. Yeah, they reset it.
All right, they get set, and here will be the extra point try. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. Going to be a quick toss out, looking for the corner of the end zone. It's going to fall incomplete, and the try will be no good. So with 1:35 remaining in this first quarter, Panthers 21, Bobcats 6.
Well,
Chris said that drive summary was 35-yard scoop and score.
Did he give us a time?
Did you time it, Chris? He said no.
No, he didn't.
He said it's 7:32 on his clock.
Heath said it was 4 seconds.
4 seconds. 35 yards in 4 seconds. That's moving.
That is. That's trucking, man.
That's probably what you used to run, isn't it, William?
My 40 time? No. Yeah, they call me Skeet's handy, boy. Remember Skeet's Nehemiah? No, you see,
Nope.
I know all these old guys,
No,
man.
but I guarantee you somebody listening does, and they just judge me for being too young.
My friend Lance Rogers knows who Skeet Nehemiah is.
And Chris wants us to know that wind is really picking up out of the north, and just looked up at that flag, and it is blowing.
Yeah, he does. This wind is killer now. 35-yard scoop and score. He's got to clock this stuff, man.
Bobcats on to kick it away. Going to be a little onside attempt by the Bobcats. It's going to be taken and covered by Easton Bruscata. Great job there by the sophomore to go up and get it and fall on it down at the 48-yard line of the Panthers.
That was an excellent job by Easton Bruscata. Legend status, that's his name. So good job by him, and he went up to get it too. You know, that's the dangerous thing when it comes up so high like that. A lot of times a player will wait for it to get to him, and that gives that kickoff team gets you in trouble. They'll hit you and knock it loose. But great job of him going up and getting it and keeping that possession for the Panthers. They have it now at their own 49-yard line, 1st down and 10.
Panthers will go I formation. We're going to call this one the freight train. That's Bryce Lark and Ramaje Hatfield in the I. There's the give to Hatfield up this near side. And he's going to run through the line of scrimmage, and he's still going at the 25, runs all the way down to the 20-yard line for a Downs Law Firm. 1st down, and the Panthers will set up right on the edge of the Ron D. Bush red zone.
Man, that was a heck of a job, boy. He like you said, that you can call that the freight train if you want to. That's your two fullbacks. But if one thing about number 47, Ramaje Hatfield, he has got tailback speed.
Absolutely.
You get him out in the open, he's going to truck it down the field. But, boy, he chugged it all the way down to the 20-yard line of the Bobcats. It's going to be 1st down and 10 for the Panthers.
I formation, Colvin is directing the ball game. Counter give to that right side. Tramel's pushing those legs hard. He's across the 15 up to the, they're going to say right at the 15 to be a gain of 5 and bring up 2nd down.
Getting good blocking up front. And once again, we've talked about Colvin. He can see that seam really quick. Was able to get inside of it in a hurry. Good job by that linebacking group to get the hands around him. Picked up 5 yards on the carry. They're on the Bobcat 15, 2nd down and 5.
I formation again. Lawhon calls for it. There's a quick give to B5, and he's at the 5. Oh, trips up. I thought he was going to walk into the end zone, but gets tripped at the 5, down to the 2.
You can tell when B5 thought he should have had something. He gets the same motions.
Panthers waste no time. They're going to jump back into the I formation. That's a Downs Law Firm 1st down. The Panthers are 1st and goal at the 3-yard line. Lawhon gets set. And we're going to have motion, or actually a false start against the Panthers. That's going to back it up 5 yards and make it 1st and goal from the 8. Looking at some scores from around the area, North Shore now leads West Monroe 13-10 in the 2nd quarter.
Say that again?
North Shore leads West Monroe 13-10 in the 2nd quarter. Wassman is now up over Erath 14-0.
Once again, you saw I had that written down as an upset
Church Point
special.
is all over Marksville right now 22-0. Mansfield leads Union Parish in the 2nd quarter 8-6. I formation again for the Panthers. B5 fighting his way all the way down to the 1-yard line. That'll be a gain of 7. And the Panther offense will get back up. Looks like they'll get set. There's a snap. Give again to Lark, and he is in for the touchdown.
Just a really nice push on that left side. Went in there behind the big boys. Looked like Edmund Williams was on that side. And I'm sure that was Peyton Park Smith. But, boy, that's kind of hard. That's tough now. You get behind those big guys, and you got Lark behind them. Good night. I wouldn't want to run into that.
All right, Panthers line up in the swinging gate. Everybody gets set. Now come over to get set. That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street. Jacob Green on to attempt the David Bryant Realtor extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. And with no time left here in the 1st quarter, the Panthers now lead 28-6. We'll take the break and be back with 2nd quarter action in just a moment.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, co-owner of Surge Entertainment Centers. We are consistently on the cutting edge with our equipment, technology, and park designs, such as sports simulators and bowling, including a full-service bar and restaurant with comfortable lounge and event spaces. If you haven't been to one of our Surge parks yet, come by and see us and experience it for yourself. You won't want to leave, because here at Surge, it's all about friends, family, and fun.
Hello, I'm Ross Downs of the Downs Law Firm. We're a personal injury law firm that handles cases involving 18-wheeler crashes, automobile wrecks, pedestrian accidents, as well as slip, trip, and fall. Please give us a call if we can be of further assistance.
Ross Downs, 318-284-8551.
Panther fans, we're back here in second quarter, brought to you by Surge Adventure Park. Panthers had just scored to end the first quarter. They take a 28-6 lead into the second quarter. Jacob Green gets set to kick it away. All right, they'll get it teed up. And Jacob will make his approach. There's the kick, going to be a sky kick over to the near side. And it's going to be in and out of the hands of the Bobcat intended receiver. It's going to be recovered by the Bobcats at the 45-yard line. Panthers had a shot, but couldn't get to it, so Bobcats will take over 1st and 10 at their own 45-yard line.
That's a good job of number 7. That's Jalen Franklin to get on that ball. But the drive summary on that last one was 5 plays, 51 yards, minute 34, 1-yard touchdown run by B5. And my good friend Kylie Johnson said, yeah, your radio guy or your partner is a youngin'. He knows who Skeets Nehemiah is.
I have no idea. I know Nehemiah, shortest man in the Bible.
I know it. Wait, name?
Nehemiah.
Nehemiah, okay.
Never heard that one?
No, I hadn't.
Sorry. Son of a preacher man. 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far for the Bobcats. Smith calls for it. There's the snap. Play action pass. Going to throw it out quickly, and it's going to be caught by number 7 for a Bobcat first down in Panther territory.
Nice little place. Got number 7 out. Again, that's Jalen Franklin. Picked up 11 yards on that reception. Moves the ball into Panther territory. It's now on the 44 of the Panthers. Bobcats have a first down and 10.
Bobcat offense gets set. 2 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Tailback in the backfield with Smith. Calls for the ball. There's the snap. Give straight ahead to free time. He pushes up to about the 40, I believe they're going to say the 42-yard line. Be a gain of 2.
Ran that right up the middle. Caleb Evans and Jack Moore are checking in for DJ Hutchinson. Looks like Caleb Andrews is going to come out. We'll rotate those defensive linemen, keep them fresh. Second down and 8 with the ball on the 42 of the Panthers.
Bobcats come out in the same formation again. Smith calls for the ball. There's a snap, little low. Now rolls out to his left, looking downfield. He's given chase by Jafarius Himes. Throws it out of bounds. That should be intentional grounding.
That should be, because he didn't even get it back to the line of scrimmage if you want to try that. They're going to talk it over. Whitehead goes ahead and throws it. That was an obvious call.
Himes with the pressure there, forced him to get rid of it. Will be intentional grounding, and the Bobcats will lose it down and back up to their own 49-yard line.
You know, the nice thing about Himes, the same thing you have with Charlie Robinson. Man, those guys got some speed. I mean, Kellen Hall does too, but in particular, you know, Hall and Robinson, just kind of freaky speed for defensive end. So once they mark this off.
Actually, they're going to put it back at the 45-yard line. Maybe. It looks like they're looking for a ball.
All right, who took the ball? All right, somebody stuck it under their jersey.
I'm not sure what just happened, but
I guess they're calling it. I guess they're calling it like they're calling it loss of down.
Where he 3rd down and 12, regardless. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. There's the snap. Quarterback drops back. He's under pressure again. Going to let one fly, and it's going to be intercepted by number 25, Cliff Jones. And he's got a return on, looking for some blocks downfield. Now comes back to the near side. He's in the open field, and he's got a freight train of people in front of him. He's at the 30. Now he makes a cut back across the field again. 15, 10, 5. Touchdown for the defense.
How about that?
bumbling, stumbling, number 25, Cliff Jones.
Yeah, Cliff Jones. Look, this is like repeat Friday. We got Cliff had an interception last week, but a great job. He just jumped up, got it at the highest
and
point.
I'm going to tell you, Coach Doty is going to be so excited because that's a defensive score. He's been asking for one every week and finally gets it on a big interception return by number 25, Cliff Jones.
I tell you, Cliff looked like he's about to peg out on us there about the 20-yard line. He's huffing and puffing. All I know is there was 3 of those guys trucking down there and one defender. I thought they were going to catch him on the 10.
Yeah, I got hung up on the word freight train. I was looking for the word convoy.
Well, he got a convoy all right.
Oh, man, I think Luke and a host of Panthers were in front of him.
I hadn't seen Luke run that fast in a long time. I think he just wanted to tell Cliff I outran you.
He was hoping Cliff was going to pitch it back so he could get his defensive score. Well, that touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street, proud supporters of Panther football. Jacob Green on to attempt the David Bryant Realtor extra point. There's a snap, the hold, kick is up, and it is good. And with 10:30 remaining in this first half, Panthers 35, Bobcats 6. Panther fans want to remind you about our halftime show coming up. We'll have some stats, scores, and more from tonight's game. So be sure to tune into that if you're listening to the podcast. Once we get to halftime, we'll take about a 10-minute break, and then we'll come back and get you some updates, some commentary on the first half. And
Did you hear that down in the stands when he was running that back?
Hear what?
When Cliff was running. I was his mama. I could hear all the way up here. Miss Melanie is going to make sure everybody hears her.
I was pretty excited about that young man, too.
Look, boy, I tell you, she's very vocal when it comes to Cole and Cliff. Yeah, you know, and I promise you, when little brother Denham gets up here in high school, good grief, it's going to be noisy down there.
Yeah, I don't know if I said it or not in the excitement, but that turnover brought to you by Ashley Storage.
They ran that through the Ron Bush red zone for
Absolutely.
Well, actually, the red zone would have been on this end, I guess. But
no, it's still on this end where the touchdown is. You're
well,
right.
technically, we were on defense. Yeah, he went through.
Hey, but you gave
he
Ron,
ran away from the red zone.
You gave Ron a shout-out, and he appreciates it.
Yeah.
Hey, we also want to give a big shout-out to that Kraftman Federal Credit Union student section tonight. They do a great job week in and week out of cheering on these Panthers. Jacob Green on to kick it away. There's a kick, another sky kick over to this near side. It's going to bounce off of a Bobcat and then finally be fielded at the – probably going to mark it at the 33, I would think. We'll see. 32-yard line. Also want to give a shout-out to Sparks Nissan Kia of Monroe, our in-stadium TV monitor sponsor. All right, Bobcats will set up their own 32-yard line, trailing 35-6. 10:28 remaining in this first half.
Looks like we got a substitution. I believe that's Parker Miller in at the linebacker spot.
Shotgun formation. Bobcats look over the sideline, get the call. Now bring 3 receivers to the near side, 1 set to the far side, out wide. The tailback free time beside Smith in the backfield. There's a snap. Quick give to the tailback up the middle, looking for some room. Hop steps through across the 35 up to about the 37-yard line, and that'll bring up a second down.
Not much running room there. Good job of that Panther defense clogging that up. It'll be a second down and 5 from the Bobcats 37.
Same formation again for the Bobcats. Free time now comes to the left of Smith in the backfield. There's a snap. Quick give again to free time up the middle. He'll get maybe 2 and then be tackled. And that'll bring up a third down. They're going to give him almost a 40-yard line.
Gave him about 3 on the carry.
Bring up 3rd and 2.
It looks like Jack Moore's going to come in. They're going with the – they're going to bring out – looks like they're going to bring out Reisinger.
Max Reisinger.
Yeah. Had Sturman on the brain. So we're looking at 3rd down and 2 for the Bobcats.
Shotgun formation again. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. He drops straight back. Looks for the quick hitch, and he's going to make the catch up around the 45. And that'll be enough for another Bobcat first down.
Just kind of settled in. A little hook route. Just as a quick hit. It's one of those, you're just trying to get the yardage, get that first down. They move the ball out to the 45. The Bobcats be first down and 10. Looks like Underwood's going to check in for Chase Mitchell.
Number 44, Parker Miller, is also in the ball game. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers set to each side for the Bobcats. There's a snap. Going to be a quick give to number 10, and he's tackled in the backfield by number 7, Dylan Underwood.
Came around that end, and he was there to make the tackle. Good job by Underwood. It's going to be about a 3-yard loss. So for second down and 13, and you like to get on me for missing something. I already said Parker Miller was out there.
Sorry.
Gotcha.
Well, maybe actually, your wife sent me a text. Hey, would you make one mistake tonight so William feels better?
Oh, you're
welcome, William.
Thank
you, Miss Jill. I take care of William.
Look, man, the dude
I made plenty of mistakes
the guy
last
that
week.
doesn't know who Junkyard Dog is, don't give me that.
I know Junkyard Dog. It's the Skippy somebody. Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. There's the snap. Smith drops straight back, looking downfield. He's going to take a shot again, but he's under pressure. He's going to escape one Panther, now another. Finally going to be tripped up by number 7, Dylan Underwood again.
Now, there's a flag.
No,
should have been a flag. I didn't know if we had gone to Arena League football rules or what, but that slot receiver took off well before the snap was thrown. Unless that's the flag.
That's not the
rolling
flag.
Down. I can tell you it should have been.
That's a Butterfinger wrapper rolling down the field.
All I can tell you is he took off well before
That's
the snap.
some Halloween trash left from a couple of weeks ago. And
we do have Jay Bonner out here in the cornerback position.
We do have third down. The third down brought to you by Sterlington Rehab. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. There's the snap. Smith drops it. Now he picks it back up, looking for room. Drops it again. We're going to have another flag on the play. I believe the Bobcats are going to fall on the fumble.
And holding. So they'll decline this, put the ball on the 40-yard line.
Panthers will decline. It will be 4th down, and the punt unit will come on. Ram Foster will drop back to his own, about his 25, and there is a pretty stiff wind blowing out of the west right now, so they can get the punt up in the air.
Well, once again, he will get some distance on the ball. I mean,
that is number 24, I believe, back to punt. I don't have a name on my roster. There's a snap a little high. Jay Bonner had a chance, couldn't get to it. Ram will come up to field it and take it. Now he's looking for blockers. Trying to get up this near sideline, puts his head down across the 45 up to about the 47. And that's where the Panthers will begin. 1st and 10 at their own 47-yard line.
Good return by Foster. Let's see if they start running some substitutions. We got 7:10 left in this second quarter. Panthers up 35-6. That's 6 courtesy of a scoop and score by the Bobcat defense.
Looks like we'll have, that is still our starting unit on the field. I would expect them to stay in through the second quarter. White hat trying to toss the ball to the sideline, and the wind must have taken it. They took it way over to the left.
Yeah.
Nobody was looking at Mr. White Hat. 3 receivers to the far side in a shotgun formation for Lawhon. Colvin to his right. There's the snap. Looking downfield for a little tunnel screen, intended for Sterling Sims. He makes the catch. Now he's putting his leg down. He's got the first down, and he's still rumbling down to the 37-yard line. And the Downs Law Firm, first down.
Good read by Sterling Sims. Took it back to the outside. Tunnel screen. You just kind of pick your way through. Nice job of him to find the seam. Got it down to the 35 of the Bobcats. It's going to be first down and 10 for the Panthers.
Shotgun formation again. 2 receivers to the near side. Rivera and Hanna to the far side. There's a snap. Give straight ahead to Trammell. Trying to make one man miss. Puts his foot down. Bounces around across the 40. Be a gain of about 5 and bring up second down.
Good vision by Colvin. Cut it back inside. Got that little extra push there. They pick up about a couple extra yards. It's going to be 2nd down and 5 with the ball on the 30 of the Bobcats.
Same formation again. Lawhon calls for it. There's a snap. Give to Colvin, straight up the middle. Got blockers in front, trying to get upfield, and he does.
He gone.
15-10, 5. Big block by number 9, John Barr, and Colvin's in the end zone.
He gone. Mr. He gone.
Did you see that block by John Barr?
I saw that. John Barr's got the height advantage on that guy, and he just drove him right in the ground.
That poor kid had no chance to make a tackle on Colvin because Barr locked him up.
Oh, yeah, but, hey, good job by Colvin. Once again, he pops it out to the open area, and once you get him out in the open, that speed takes over.
That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street. Jacob Green on to attempt the David Bryant Realtor extra point. Snap, kick, hold, and it is good. And with 6:10 remaining in this second quarter, Panthers 42, Bobcats 6.
That's a good kick considering it's going in that stiff wind.
Absolutely.
You know? And you're right. That flag is like straight out. That wind is blowing pretty brutal. Aren't you glad we're inside tonight? All these folks are out here with heavy jackets on, hoodies, and you're sitting up here in a Panther T-shirt.
Yeah, I was looking down that end zone. I think my family might have called it a night.
Well,
I don't blame them. That wind is brutal.
Yeah, well, you know.
Yeah, you're right. I'm in short sleeves, and I'm actually kind of hot.
Yeah, well, we got such luxury conditions up here.
It's like a skybox.
Yeah. Well, let me describe my skybox. I got a plastic folding chair. I'm wrestling with a cord off my headset. I almost pull it off my head every time. And, I'm over here elbowing Heath all the time. I'm surprised he hadn't smacked me upside the head.
You just move a lot.
I don't move that much. There's just not much room. This is better than it was at Franklin, though.
Are you putting Franklin Parish on blast?
Well, Union.
Unbelievable.
Union was worse than Franklin.
Yeah, we were snuggled up in that Union press box for sure.
I got to know you a little better than I wanted to.
That scoring drive was 3 plays, 52 yards, 1 minute off the clock, capped off by the 30-yard touchdown run by number 26, Tremel, Mr. Hegon Colvin.
With a update score, OCS 7, Cedar Creek 7, 4:44 left in the second quarter.
We have started running clock. Jacob Green is on to kick it away. So running clock will start here after the kick. Green makes his approach. There it is, going to be a line drive kick. Going to come down right about the 7. Be fielded there by Randall, and he's looking to get upfield. He's still going across the 30 up to the 35-yard line. He'll finally be tackled right there. The Bobcats will begin 1st and 10. May give him the 36. 1st and 10 at their own 36-yard line.
Grant Hanna made the tackle. Let me tell the audience the adventure that Fredrick A. Douglas had getting up here. Talked to their trainer before the game, and he said they left at 10 o'clock, got out on that I-10 bridge, and there was an accident. They sat on that I-10 bridge for 2 hours. They rolled in here at about 6 o'clock. So those guys had a bit of an adventure just getting here tonight.
Shotgun formation for the Bobcats. Clock will run. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. He'll give it to Free Time, looking for some room around that outside. He'll get a few yards and then be tackled.
I believe that was Underwood again. Trying to catch the edge. Underwood was able to cut him off with the angle. Was able to bring him down. We'll give him about 3 yards on that carry. Going to be 2nd down and 7 for the Bobcats at their own 38-yard line.
Hayden Madden has checked into the ball game at linebacker. Shotgun formation again. 2 receivers set to each side. There's a snap. Smith rolls back. He's looking downfield, trying to take a shot. A little stop and go. Actually able to make the stop. Makes the catch at the 50-yard line for a Bobcat 1st down. He faked me out. I thought he was going to be a stop and go, and then he planted and came back. Nice catch.
That was a good route. Very good route. Thompson was able to come back, but a good pitch and catch for that combination. Thompson was able to come back and make the tackle, but not before he was able to pick up that first down. They got the ball down to the 49 of the Panthers. It'll be first down and 10 for the Bobcats with 4 minutes left in the second quarter. Panthers up 42-6.
Shotgun formation again, 2 receivers each side. Smith calls for it. There's the snap. He drops straight back. Looking downfield. He's going to be sacked by number 44, Parker Miller. No, that's Jack Moore.
Jack Moore. No. One-eyed Jack got him. We don't have both of them out there, so we'll give him one-eyed Jack. Took him down.
Yeah.
Good job by Jackson Moore.
Absolutely. Great job, Jack.
You don't know Jack, do you?
I know Jack. I don't know why I called him Parker. They're not near the same size.
I was going to say, how do you confuse Jack Moore and Parker Miller?
Well, I'm pretty sure you confused, wasn't it Javarius Himes and Sterling Sims? No, it was Kellen Hall. Kellen Hall on a punt block a few weeks ago.
Well, I'm not going to confuse him right now. That's Javarius Himes that just made the sack. That is not Kellen Hall. That's 91, Javarius Himes, one of my favorite guys.
Absolutely. Big sack all the way back to the 32-yard line, and that will erase even the big gain on the pass play a moment ago.
Yeah.
Third down, and they've got to get to the Panther 39-yard line for the first down. That 3rd and 29, William?
No, I wasn't paying any attention. Let's see.
You're my math guy, man.
No, it's 29. It's 29.
3rd and 29. Shotgun formation now, 3 receivers to the far side, 1 receiver set here to the near side. 2:24 and counting on the clock. Panthers lead 42-6. Bobcats get it set. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. He's going to drop straight back. Looking for number 11 out in the flat. He'll make the catch and then be taken down at the 42-yard line. I believe that was Jay Bonner.
That was Jay Bonner. Anytime you see a hit like that, it's generally number 37, Jay Bonner. But he stopped him well short. He picked up about 9 yards on that reception. So that's going to set up a 4th down and 20. As you said, it's a running clock right now, so looks like they're going to go ahead and go for this.
Shotgun formation, 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Smith calls for it. He drops straight back. Going to take a shot, and he's going to be sacked again.
Max Reisinger got in for the sack. Got a flag down. Don't know what that is. Usually around holding, but you never know when you get a sack. Somebody may have got a hand on that face mask. We'll see what the white hat calls here. Personal foul, face mask
against the Panthers.
So that'll be
15 yards.
15 yards. I don't believe that's an automatic first down, although it was a personal foul. Well, I believe it is a first down.
Let's see.
Maybe he was just saying
move
that
the ball to the 49-yard line. It will be 4th down.
4th down. Yeah, I didn't think it was an automatic.
No.
But you know how it is when you start going for that quarterback. A lot of times they'll reach up and get that face mask.
Especially Smith. He's so slippery that he's still wiggling and moving, and you're just trying to get a hold of him. Yeah. So 4th and 10 for the Bobcats. The ball will be on the Panther 49-yard line. 2 receivers set to each side. Smith calls for it. There's a snap. He drops straight back again, looking for somebody downfield, and he's going to be sacked.
That's Parker Miller.
That time, number 44, Parker Miller.
That looked like Javarius Himes. Oh, no, excuse me. I have never mixed those two guys up. Come on now. That was Jack Moore that made that tackle, wasn't it?
Man, why are you messing with me now? I don't even know what just happened. That turnover on downs brought to you by Ashley Storage. Parker Miller with a big sack.
Let me set the record straight. Parker Miller with a great sack.
All right, Panther offense back on the field. They'll have it 1st and 10 at the Bobcat 42-yard line. 51 seconds remaining in this first half.
Got the starters back out, so it looks like we're probably going to carry them on through the end of the half.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers set to the near side. There's the snap. Going to be a give to Lark straight up the middle, and he'll get up to the 40-yard line, and that'll be it. 2-yard gain there for Lark.
Yeah. Like number 12, Gabriel Peck, was in there to make the tackle rather quickly. So threw him down. Ball is on the 40 of the Bobcats. 2nd down and 8 for the Panthers, and that clock continues to run at 22 seconds.
Shotgun formation again. There's the snap. Give to Colvin, straight up the middle. He's trying to get outside. He won't do it. That'll be a loss of 1. Back to the 41, I believe.
Expect the Panthers just to go into the locker room right now.
And that will be it. So at the end of the second quarter, Panthers 42, Bobcats 6. We'll take the halftime break. Be back in about 10 minutes with the halftime show.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, co-owner of Surge Entertainment Centers. We are consistently on the cutting edge with our equipment, technology, and park designs, such as sports simulators and bowling, including a full-service bar and restaurant with comfortable lounge and event spaces. If you haven't been to one of our Surge parks yet, come by and see us and experience it for yourself. You won't want to leave, because here at Surge, it's all about friends, family.
Panther fans, we'll kick it back down to Chris Sturdivant, who's got Coach Doty.
There you go. Coach, you come out, coming in, you get the brackets in late this week. You get a team out of New Orleans. What's your take on the first half?
Well, I mean, it's great right now. Our kids came out and executed, and go in at halftime and get ready for second half.
What do you tell your kids at halftime? Up 42-6. What do you tell your kids at halftime?
I'm gonna tell them we're gonna eat some fried chicken next week.
Good luck in the second half.
That's right. Panther fans, you heard Coach Doty right there. Fried chicken next week. That was the deal on the defensive score. So fried chicken for the defense. And we'll be back with a halftime show in about 10 minutes. Podcast, you'll restart in about 10 minutes.
David Bryant, RE/MAX, your local NELA Realtor, has the home for you. Licensed in Louisiana, each office independently owned and operated. Ready to sell? Ready to buy? David Bryant is the man to call. RE/MAX Premier Realty. Fair housing opportunity.
Here in Sterlington, our town motto is faith, family, friends. At First Baptist Church, we believe those 3 things are what's most important for all of us, from the youngest to the oldest. We want to help you and your family thrive in each area. Whether you're new to town or just looking to get better connected, we'd love for you to come join us on a Sunday morning at 10 a.m. Check out fbcsterlington.com. FBC Sterlington, we're here for you.
First Security Title of Monroe provides real estate transaction services in Northeast Louisiana. The closing process has never been easier. With a dedicated staff that takes pride in helping our customers obtain quality service. First Security Title, 1818 Avenue of America, Monroe.
There's a lot of trucks out there, but none like the 21 Nissan Titan. It's the truck with best-in-class standard power and torque. Plus, it's backed by America's best truck warranty. 5 years, 100,000 miles, bumper to bumper. It's the truck you'll want to brag about. Test drive a Titan today at Sparks Nissan.
Hello, I'm Ross Downs of the Downs Law Firm. We're a personal injury law firm that handles cases involving 18-wheeler crashes, automobile wrecks, pedestrian accidents, as well as slip, trip, and fall. Please give us a call if we can be of further assistance.
Ross Downs, 318-284-8551. NELA Turf Farms provides sales, delivery, and installation of luscious sods and rich soils. Our technicians have over 20 years of experience analyzing our residential and commercial clients' needs. Contact us today to learn more about our services or to schedule an initial appointment. Carpenter Road, Bastrop, Louisiana.
Hi, I'm Drew Brees, co-owner of Surge Entertainment Centers. We are consistently on the cutting edge with our equipment, technology, and park designs, such as sports simulators and bowling, including a full-service bar and restaurant with comfortable lounge and event spaces. If you haven't been to one of our Surge parks yet, come by and see us and experience it for yourself. You won't want to leave, because here at Surge, it's all about friends, family, and fun.
At Cross Keys Bank, we're full of Sterlington Panther pride. We're also proud to offer free key checking for individuals and businesses. Free Key Checking has no minimum balance requirement, and you'll never have to worry about bank fees again. I invite you to stop by our branch soon to open a free Key Checking account. Cross Keys Bank, member FDIC.
Cross Keys Bank.
Need a loan? Call Kraftman Federal Credit Union. Kraftman has money to loan. Whether you live or work in Morehouse, Richland, or West Carroll parishes, Kraftman can get you the money you need with some of the lowest rates around. Call or drop by and let the hometown folks at Kraftman make it easy and start enjoying your new purchase. Kraftman has money to loan. Kraftman Federal Credit Union, 805 East Cypress in Bastrop.
Sterlington Rehabilitation Hospital and Rural Health Clinics offers inpatient and outpatient services. And they're now offering LSVT Big treatment to those suffering from Parkinson's disease. They're LSVT Big certified. Please come by and see one of their certified clinicians today.
I spend my nights under the stage lights, but after the applause, I'm back in my truck from my hometown dealer, Benoit Motors. They are proud to be a dealership for the everyday American. Join me and become a member of their family. Benoit Motors. They're with you for all your life's big moments and all the miles in between.
The law offices of Street and Street, fighting for the injured in Louisiana. With over 65 years of experience handling cases in Louisiana, our goal is simple: to advocate and fight for the rights of the injured. Call today for a consultation, 318-325-4418, Street and Street.
I was surprised.
I was definitely surprised.
Yep, we had no idea. Totally surprised.
Can you say jaw drop?
Who knew? State Farm, with these great rates.
The surprise everyone's talking about is the surprisingly great rates for home and auto insurance from State Farm.
When you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Ron Bush in Sterlington today.
That's the sound of the fifth quarter at the 64 in Sterlington. Come and get some of that good old authentic Louisiana cuisine. New Orleans has come to town, and there's only one place to be after the Panther game. It's the 64. Hey Trey, fix me some of them jazzy potatoes.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across Ashley Storage. They have great locations in Monroe and Sterlington, Louisiana. The best part about Ashley Storage is that Dave can reserve his storage unit online from his home, quick and easy. Give us a call or check out our website at ashleystorageofsterlington.com.
Hey, Panther fans, welcome into our halftime show. Really thought it would be a little bit shorter halftime, but both teams are still in the locker room, should be making their way out momentarily. And we again want to say thank you to Chad Cannon and his family providing food up here in the press box tonight. Incredible gumbo, salad, French bread, garlic bread. Man, it just was a great night. Appreciate Chad taking care of all of us, and that's not just me and William. We share with everybody in the box.
Man, oh yeah, Heath just shot us a look like, yeah. Well,
I didn't get one either, Heath.
Me either. Look, Kayla's saying there's one left.
There's
it's
one
not
left.
her fault.
I say Heath gets it. He gets here early, stays late,
yeah,
and does a great job.
Well, that's okay.
We won't tell her. Is she listening? No, then you got it, man. Go for it.
Man, that's some good stuff.
Panthers make their way to the end zone. And William, really a first half. Let's talk first half. Really kind of what we expected, and just glad to see our guys come out and execute immediately. Don't wait. Go ahead and get started.
And the only thing we have is just that one little missed snap, scoop and score. But for the most part, hey, the offense did what they needed to do, just executed. I mean, that's what you're talking about. You want to have execution, you know. And then on the defensive side of the ball, it's not like these guys don't have some weapons. And Coach Doty had mentioned that to me last week when I asked him, I said, well, what about these guys? He said, well, look, now the quarterback, running back, got a good receiver. He said they've got some skill position guys. And we've seen them execute, you know. I mean, if you can give him just enough time, and that's Smith, the quarterback. DeJuan Smith. He's a senior. And so you give him just a minute, he can get that ball out of there. So, you know, and you've mentioned free time quite a bit and random. Those guys, you know, it's not like you're playing a middle school team.
Right.
I mean, these guys have got some skills, you know.
Yeah, and then, I mean, really the stats are not impressive, really on either side. Panthers, 13 rushes for 128 yards. Lawhans, I believe, 5 of 6 for 119. The defense for us held Fredrick Douglass to minus 12 rushing and 6 of 11 with 2 interceptions for 58 yards passing. So I believe that's a net of, 46 yards offense in the first half.
Right. Well, and I think what you'll see the second half, I mean, Coach Doty will keep a few starters in probably just for the first series, and then you'll see him go just completely with the, you know, second team and start working those guys in. I expect to see. I mean, we'll see Dylan Downs probably to start this second half. I doubt very seriously you're going to see Lawhon.
Now, it looks like warming up, you've got Dylan Downs and Sterling Sims. May see both of those guys at some point. Hey, but I think we are at a place. There will be running clock here in the second half. I do expect a lot of our young guys to play. And barring something just incredible happening, Panthers should go on to win this the way things stand. And so looking ahead, we do know right now that Westlake and Grant is the matchup that will be our second round matchup. And at the half, Westlake led Grant 20-7, which is kind of what we were hoping for. It puts us on the road next week down to Westlake, which is down to Lake Charles. But traveling that round, people say, why do you want to travel? Well, travel that round because you're the 1 seed. Quarterfinal round would be home, and then the 1 seed guaranteed a semifinal matchup at home. Of course, folks, you got to win those ball games. I'm not assuming anything. People keep asking me, hey, do we need to make hotel reservations for New Orleans?
Jeez.
I'll tell you something. The only reason I tell you to make a hotel reservation is because you can cancel it if you need to. There's a lot of football. There are a lot of good teams. I personally believe the winner in 3A is on this side of the bracket.
I firmly believe that. And you know, Ben, I'm a jinx guy. I don't like to jinx anything. And you said this with Coach Doty, it's win or go home. And you got to look at the opponent in front of you. You don't look at the guy coming up the line. You worry about the guy that you got to take care of today. And today we had to take care of Fredrick Douglas.
Right.
And so far this half we are doing that. And I'm not going to rest easy until that says 000 up on the board, and then we'll know who we play, and then we'll worry about them. And one thing we talk a lot about, Ben, is you got a lot of faith in this coaching staff breaking down film, seeing what they can see, seeing the opportunities to take advantage of when they play somebody. And when you look down on our side of the bracket, you said it is a top-heavy bracket in 3A. And, on Louisiana Sports Line, I saw the comment, it's going to be a bloodbath in 3A, particularly in the top side of that bracket.
Yeah.
And it really is. I mean, you're talking about you've got Sterlington, you've got Church Point, you've got Iowa, you've got Madison Prep, St. James, all in this side of the bracket. And let me tell you something. A lot of people talk about Madison Prep, and they are all they're billed to be. But Church Point is unbelievable from what I can tell.
And if things stand as they are right now, Church Point will get another shutout. I believe they've given up 20 points all year long.
I think they had, was it 10 games? No, it was 10 games. They gave up 20 points. And so, that's legit. And they're averaging probably about 40 points a game, and they run the wing T. And, folks, they don't look any different than they did 3 years ago. I think it was 4 years ago.
Yeah.
When they came up here and we had the triple overtime with them, 56-55.
All right, well, we are set for the third quarter to begin. Third quarter brought to you by Cross Keys Bank. Looks like Jackson Sturdivant will come on to kick it away to begin the third quarter. He makes his approach. There's a kick, going to be a line drive, take a good bounce. I believe it's going to roll into the end zone for the touchback. Jackson does his job, and the Bobcats will come out first and 10 at their own 20-yard line. Just some scores of interest around the state and around the area. Richwood trails Abbeville 34-14 at the half. Washita Parish is all over Sulphur 40-0. Cedar Creek and Washita Christian tied at 7 at the half. Church Point over Marksville 42-0. Wassman leads Erath 34-16. Union Parish over Mansfield 38-8. Neville over Minden 35-0. And we'll get you some more of those in just a moment. Bobcats come out, 2 receivers set to each side. Looks like we've got some second teamers in. We'll get you those names and numbers in just a moment. There's the snap. Smith's looking downfield, going to be a quick hitch out. It's going to be intercepted. I believe that's Jay Bonner. He's at the 10, fighting his way all the way down to the 7-yard line. Jay Bonner with the interception. That turnover brought to you by Ashley Storage.
Jay Bonner was just in the right place at the right time. It looked like he was trying to go. He should have gone to the outside. He threw it to the inside. Jay Bonner's like, man, Christmas came early. They didn't put a bow on this, but I'll take this gift. Right to him. And the only thing Jay Bonner's going to get grief about is he didn't run it in for a pick 6. Right. But a nice job of Bonner to reel that ball in and scoot up the sideline. He got the ball down to the 7-yard line. It's going to be first and goal for the Panthers. And as you said,
Sterling Sims will come in at quarterback. Micaiah Smith at tailback to his left. Shotgun formation, 3 receivers to the near side, 1 to the far. Sterling throws it quickly, and it's incomplete, intended for number 87, Travis. I believe Jackson Porter, I'm sorry.
Nope, that's Jackson Porter. Senior wide receiver Jackson Porter trying to get that ball into him.
Cody Copeland and J.T. Barnett will check into the ball game.
Looks like
now
Dylan Downs. Yeah, Dylan Downs will come in. Been getting to see a good bit of Dylan Downs this year, and tell you, he's just a good athlete, smart kid. He runs the offense. Just a great, just a good kid. Everybody responds to him well.
I formation. Jake Guthrie to the near side, Porter to the far side. Copeland and Micaiah Smith sit behind Dylan Downs. Downs gets him set, now goes under center. There's a snap, quick give to Copeland up the middle, and he's in for the touchdown.
All right, so 3-yard Cody is turned into
7-yard touchdown.
7-yard touchdown, Cody. Cody Copeland right up the middle, 7 yards, touchdown. Good blocking up front, and Cody Copeland just found the hole and went right through it. Happy for that young man. That's going to ruin his 3-yard average, but that's okay.
That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street.
And it was scored from the Ron Bush red zone.
And referee on to attempt the David Bryant Realtor extra point. Kick is up, and it's good. And with 9:07 remaining in the third quarter, Panthers 49, Bobcats 6.
Tell you what, Rafferty got it right down the middle. Got to get a little more elevation on it, but he got it there. So that clock continues to count down.
Sorry, I got tickled.
It was funny, wasn't it?
It was. It was. Folks, sometimes the things you hear in a press box.
Folks, all I can tell you is there's some conversation going on in this press box that is not involved with ours, and it is very funny right now. So Ben's not giving you any context for his laughter. It's not me. Yeah, usually you like it at my expense, but I get some at your expense.
I'm surprised that you hadn't had any Tums tonight. It's my only surprise of the night.
Don't you hey, man, my man Heath has got the backup over there. There's some ASO smoothie Tums, too, now.
Ooh,
the
I'm
good
going to
ones.
have some of those. Sturdivant on to kick it away. Going to be a sky kick over the near side, fielded by number 7, about the 24-yard line, trying to get up that far sideline, looking for room. He's still looking for an alley. Finally going to be wrapped up and tackled at the 41-yard line, and there's going to be a late flag. Not sure. Let's see. Definitely after the play.
Well, let me get that scoring drive in right quick there. 3 plays, 7-yard touchdown run. Well, actually, 7-yard drive is what he meant. 7-yard run from 3-yard Cody Copeland.
You better stop calling him Cody Copeland. He's going to fight you, and if he don't, his mama will.
Why? Cody Copeland?
He said he's not 3-yard Copeland no more.
Well, we'll run the stat. All right, let's call him a 4-yard. Yeah, he did have some good. All right, we're going to call him. We're going to
Cody,
call.
I tried, man. When you listen to this replay, I tried.
Cody, 4-yard Copeland.
Was a personal foul against the Bobcats. We'll back it up to the 33-yard line. And we got the first down sticks are a little backwards. Now they're going to fix it. Here we go. 1st and 10 for the Bobcats. 2 receivers to the near side, 2 to the far. Smith calls for the ball. There's the snap. Going to be a give straight ahead. That's going to be Randall looking for room. He gets across the 35 up to about the 37, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Compton and Bruscata will check in for Braden Bonner and Michael Douglas.
I predict his senior year he'll be 6-yard Cody Copeland. How about that? Heck, he may be 10-yard Cody Copeland.
Now we're talking. Now we're talking. Ooh, he said Cody Sia Copeland. Yeah. 2 receivers to each side for the Bobcats. There's the snap. Going to be a fake to the tailback. Now quarterback looking for some room around that right side or left side. He's going to have enough for a Bobcat first down up around the 47-yard line.
Looks like Javarius Himes, and I believe that's Jay Bonner in the game still, was in on that tackle. We've got a lot of players shuffling in right now. They still have Javarius Himes in, and I believe, trying to make sure I see, I know my man Tyson Warren is in, number 74, and I believe that's number 68, Brandon Hooter, in that defensive line as well.
Shotgun formation again. There's the snap. Panthers bring a little pressure, and he's going to be sacked, and that's Hayden Madden with the sack.
Boy, he just came right
Hayden
up the middle, untouched.
I'm telling you, nobody got a hand on him. Timed that up perfectly.
He sure did. That's one of those highlight reel sacks. I think he got through so fast, Smith didn't know where to go. He's been so slippery all night long, and that's a compliment to him. They just wasn't anywhere to go. I mean, Hayden Madden was on him before he knew what happened. So that brings the ball back to the 30, well, it's really 38 and a half. Call it 2nd down and a long 19.
Same formation again for the Bobcats. Smith drops back. He's looking for an out route, throws the ball up, looking for a man, and he's going to, oh, no, he doesn't make the catch, falls incomplete. Good coverage there by Bruscata to knock it away.
That was a nice job by Bruscata. He had the ball. It looked like he was going to make the reception. Bruscata got his hand in there and punched the ball out. That was nice coverage by number 21, Bruscata. So that'll bring the ball back to the, go ahead and call it the 38-yard line. So Bobcats are looking at a 3rd down. Let's call it 3rd down and 20.
Bobcats get set again. 2 receivers to each side. Smith calls for it. There's the snap. He drops back. Looking for a screen. There's nobody there. Now trying to find some room outside. Will be what a peel back block. Quarterback will be forced out of bounds, and that'll bring up 4th down.
You know, that probably could have been called as a crackback. But I think they're just trying to let this clock run at this point. I believe that was Himes that was the recipient of that love tap. But it looks like number 97, Bennett Weems, is also in at that defensive end position. Hayden Franklin, number 93, they can't decide if they want him in or out. He dives for the sideline so he doesn't get a penalty.
Oh, makes a good roll there.
He sure
did. Off
did.
the field. Nice job, Hayden.
I've seen Tommy do that, but, you know.
Looks like the Bobcats, a little confusion on what they want to do. Panthers send the return man back.
Looks like they're going to actually go for this.
Now Franklin got to go back on the field.
Poor, I tell you, poor Hayden Franklin.
I'm not sure what's going on. Good grief. So we got 4th down and 13.
We got the play clock frozen.
I'm not sure what's happening. So here we go. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far side. Shotgun. There's the snap. Quarterback drops straight back. He gets pressured, and he's going to be sacked. Ball is out. It's going to be recovered by the Bobcats, but that's going to be a turnover on downs on the sack strip by Javarius Himes. That turnover brought to you by Ashley Storage.
Underwood got in and forced him up into the hands of Javarius Himes, and once he hit him, he was able to strip the ball, get it loose, and it really, unless you could scoop and score, it really didn't matter. It was 4th down. The Panthers were going to get it, but the Bobcats were able to jump on the ball, prevent the scoop and score. So that offense will now take over at the 29 of the Bobcats, 3:08 and counting in this 3rd quarter. Panthers up 49-6. Again, we have the second team in for the Panthers.
I formation, Downs at quarterback. Micaiah Smith and Copeland in the backfield. Micaiah takes it up the middle of the counter play all the way down to the 15-yard line for the Downs Law Firm. 1st down, and the Panthers have it 1st and 10 in the Ron D. Bush red zone.
Nice job of Smith to see the seam and continue to keep his feet moving and shifting to the open area. Right now, looks like we've got, just trying to see who all we have in right now. I think Caden Hickman, I know he's in.
Hayden Austin is in. Will Wachter.
Cooper Line is also in at the guard position.
Drew
Huff should be at the center position. And I believe you got, it's going to be, Jake Guthrie. Well,
Grant Hanna still at tight end. Jake and Travis Adams at wide receiver. Downs under center. There's the snap. Quick give to Copeland up the middle. Driving those legs. Gets to about the 11. Now they're going to say 12, so that'll be a 4-yard gain.
Good job of Copeland keeping those feet
Sterling
churning.
Sims will check into the ball game at quarterback.
Travis Adams comes out as well. Number 14, Jacob Breen, is going to check in at the wide receiver spot. Jake Guthrie comes out, and now Dylan Downs comes back in.
So Sterling will go to wide receiver. I formation for the Panthers. Downs under center, Copeland and Smith behind him. There's a snap. Little delayed play there by the Panthers. Counter give. It loses a yard. Back to the 14.
Timing looked a little off on that.
Yeah.
He did lose a little bit. We're going to put the ball down right at the 15-yard line, so the Panthers will have a 3rd down and 8. Actually, 3rd down and 9.
Panther fans, remind you this 3rd quarter brought to you by Cross Keys Bank.
Panthers just kind of burning clock at this point.
Downs breaks the huddle, gets him set. Copeland and Smith set behind him in the eye. There's a snap. Give straight ahead to Copeland. 5, touchdown, Cody Copeland.
All right. Cody's average today has got to be around 8 yards now. Great job by Copeland. He saw the opening, hit it without any hesitation, and just sprinted right to the end zone. Good job up front by that offensive line clearing the way, but Copeland didn't check up any. Got in, got the score. That'll be his 2nd touchdown of the night. That's going to give the Panthers it's going to be 55-6 lead pending this extra point attempt.
That touchdown brought to you by the law offices of Street and Street. Braden Rafferty on to attempt the David Bryant Realtor extra point. There's the snap, the hold, the kick, and it is good. And with 20 35 seconds remaining in this third quarter. Panthers 56, Bobcats 6. Cody did a really good job there of staying inside, ride it, and then able to bounce at the last second outside and into the end zone.
Well, that was a good thing about it. When you saw him, he saw that opening. He didn't check up. He sprinted right for the opening and did a nice job of getting that ball in. So that's the end of the third quarter.
That's going to be the end of the third quarter. Panthers 56, Bobcats 6. We'll be right back with fourth quarter action.
We are Marion State Bank.
And have been for 100 years.
Community banking. It's not just what we do, it's ingrained in who we are. By providing a banking experience you can trust. Marion State Bank. Marion, Farmerville, Sterlington, Monroe, West Monroe.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across.
Oh, that's going to be that sugar. Okay, we're back. Panthers are out to kick this off. And the reason I'm responding now, welcome back to the Panthers, is my good friend Ben Hackler is pouring me up some hot chocolate.
We're trying to decide
over here.
who's going to do play-by-play next year. Jackson Servant on to kick it away. Line drive kick. Going to come down about the 25, take a Panther roll back to the 15, fielded by Randall there. He takes it again to the far sideline, looking for him now, cuts it, comes back to the near sideline, looking to get upfield and does. Finally going to be grabbed by Bruscata and a host of Panthers up around the 42-yard line.
Man, Bruscata wasn't going to let him go. He was kind of dragging him around, but once again, you just hang on. Everybody will get there and help you get him down. Once again, I'd like you to tell your lovely bride what a nice job she does
we
of making
drained
hot
it.
chocolate.
We drained it.
That's a big thermos, too.
I don't think it was full. I think she tricked me.
Well, I snuck some at halftime. We weren't looking.
That's what happened. It is good. All right, Bobcat offense back on the field. Looks like we'll have several substitutions. Looks like that's Dalton Moody, Tanner Brown at linebacker, Braden Bonner back at safety. And some new defensive linemen we'll try to get you in just a moment. Smith calls for the ball. There's the snap. Going to be a give straight ahead to free time. Trying to bounce it outside. And he's going to be tripped up, I believe, again by number 7, Dylan Underwood.
Like Underwood was able to make that shoestring tackle. But I know we've got number 96. That's Siobhan Smith in, as well as Kason Hale, number 94. And again, Tyson Warren, number 74, is still in the game in that interior. Picked up 3 yards on the carry. That's going to set up a second down and 7 for the Bobcats at their own 44. 9:49 left in this fourth quarter, and the clock is running.
Shotgun formation, 2 receivers to each side. Smith calls for it. There's a snap, give again, straight up the middle, looking for room. He's going to get to about the 44, maybe the 45, and that's going to bring up a third down and 6.
Look like number 94, Kason Hale was the first one there.
53 over there at defensive end.
Did
That'll
not.
be Chase Eswine. Same formation again for the Bobcats, third down and 6. This third down brought to you by Sterlington Rehab. There's the snap. Smith drops back. He's looking to just take a shot again. Going to find a man, make the catch at the 45 of Panther territory. He's going to fight and push his way all the way down to the 37-yard line.
I'm going to say this, Ben. You look at, and 97, Bennett Williams checks in, but you look at what that defense did. That was a nice job. You got a bunch of kids in there that don't play quite as much, but when that reception was made, if you noticed, they surrounded him. I mean, he wasn't able to find anywhere to get loose. He had them all collapsing around him. Good job by that defense of surrounding him, even though they did pick up the first down at 38 of the Panthers.
Bobcats know a little quick pitch can catch. About a 4-yard gain. It'll bring up second down. And a score update from Mr. Jimmy Guthrie a moment ago. Westlake now leads Grant 26-14.
Is that third
that ball
quarter?
game's in the third quarter. Try to get you some updated scores here in just a moment. Yeah, Wassman's up over Ethrat, 34-16. Going to be a quick Give to Randall. Randall's at the 10-5. He's going to take it around that right side. In for the score. The Bobcats get another touchdown.
He's able to get loose on that outside over there on that Bobcat side of the bench, on the Bobcat side with the bench. Anyway, able to scoot up the sideline there for the score.
William, I'm looking at some of these other scores. Bogalusa and Jennings at the half, 50-20.
North Shore still leads
West
West
Monroe.
Monroe Rebels 13-10, and there's 2 minutes left in the third quarter. That's a bit of a surprise.
Donaldsonville's over Patterson 28-14. Need a Carroll and Lutcher update.
OCS is taking a 14-7 lead in the third quarter over the Cedar Creek Cougars.
Fredrick Douglass will go for 2. 3 receivers near side, 1 to the far. Randall in the backfield with Smith. He drops back, looking quickly. It's going to be picked off, and Hayden Madden's looking to return it. Can't return it. He'll be forced down. That's all right. Nice interception there on the extra point. It'll be no good, and that'll bring up a kickoff in just a moment. Panthers lead 56-12.
Well, you may have to correct me. I know in college a return 2 point counts 2 points.
I don't
Same
believe
in NFL.
Yeah, in high school I believe it's dead. In fact, I know it is. They blew it dead before he got popped.
Yeah. Chris Sturdivant also said 26-14 Westlake. So
I thought he was listening to us.
Well, you know, I don't listen to you half the time, and I do the
telling
drive
you,
summary
I'm telling
again.
You, I ain't getting no respect around here. There's
Well,
no respect.
you know what? When I say
no respect,
you know, when I start talking about Big Cat Ernie Ladd, and you look at me like, who is that? How?
Look, the only one I didn't know tonight was Skittles McGraw. What was his name? Skippy McGraw?
Skeets Nehemiah was a
Nehemiah.
wide receiver for the 49ers that was very much hated by all Saints fans. And growing up, I hated the 49ers.
Look, Jerry Rice was a receiver for the 49ers when
You
I
know
was a
what?
kid.
This will tell you how old I am.
You and Jerry are the same age.
No, I saw Jerry Rice when he was still playing for Mississippi Valley State, and they played Louisiana Tech in the 1AA playoffs, and Tech hung like 66 points on them, 66-6 or something. Jerry Worrell Rice, that was his name. The offensive line was the ton of fun. I remember
Bobcats
that.
kick it away again. They're going to onside kick it again, fielded by Max Reisinger nicely. Panthers will begin 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line. Nice job by Max just to fall on it, cover it up.
Max has been doing a great job these last 4 games. He's made a lot of – look, he's made his time on the field count. Sacks, pressures, getting recoveries. Just Max doing a great job. It's going to set him up good next year coming in that secondary position. Heck, he may wind up playing more in that hybrid linebacker role. But the Panthers take over at midfield. First down and 10.
Downs goes under center with Copeland and Crane behind him. There's a snap. Give to Copeland again. No, Downs keeps it. I'm sorry. He faked me out. He keeps it for a 5-yard gain in Bobcat territory to the 45. Man, I think if he'd have given it to Copeland, Copeland would have had the first down and a little more.
I'm going to tell you, Downs faked me out, too, because I was like you. I was watching Copeland trucking it down the field, and I thought, man, he may just actually take this thing to the house. I was like, wait a minute, he doesn't have the ball.
Got some new offensive linemen in. Number 76, Nathan Reardon has checked in. That'll be Carter Morris at the receiver to the far side. Not sure. Get a number on this near side receiver in just a moment. There's the snap. There's the give. I believe there's a scramble at the bottom of the pile.
I want to make a pronunciation.
Bring up a 3rd down and 1. Is it Riordan?
It's
I'm
Riordan.
sorry. I knew that. I said it wrong anyway.
I wanted to make sure I got that right.
Lee would call me tomorrow and make sure I knew.
Yeah.
Sorry, Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
Mr. Lee.
He isn't that old.
He's not.
Now Nathan
But
is
now
checking
I got to
out.
call him Mr. Lee every time I see him now.
3rd down and 1.
I formation. Downs goes under center. There's the flag. Believe we're going to have a false start on the Panthers. That'll bring up a 3rd down and 6 in just a moment. Looks like number 95 is in the ballgame as well. That's Tyler Brower. JT Barnett checks out.
Hayden Austin checks back in. So they're going to move this ball back to the 45-yard line. Panthers will be looking at 3rd down and 5.
I formation. There's a snap. Give to Copeland. He's got a downs off on 1st down, and he's still running inside the 30. He's all the way down to the 27-yard line. Another nice run by number 33, Cody Copeland.
That was a good run by Copeland. Looked like he was going to go down around the 35-yard line.
Have another flag on the play.
Well, let me just say, it looked like he was going to go down 35. He kept his legs churning and took it to the outside, picked up that extra yards. See if this is going to be a holding. Actually, it's a personal foul on the Bobcats. So
that'll be added to the end of the run. Take it from the 27 down to the 12.
Yeah, it'll be half the distance to the goal.
So 13 and a half.
So it'll be down to 13 and a half.
I love those half-yard lines.
Yeah. That's
Abbeville now leads 40-14 over Richwood. Just trying to glance through real quickly. West Monroe has taken the lead in the 3rd quarter, 17-13 over North Shore.
What was that score again, Ben?
West Monroe 17-13.
Lutcher and Carroll are still 17-14.
Yeah, it still shows halftime, though. That game has to be out of the half. But every score one I've got has still got them at 17-14 at the half. So we need to check Sportsline and see what we can find on that.
Well,
I formation for the Panthers. Downs gets them set, and he just will take a knee with 140.
Should only have to take a knee about 2 more times and call it a contest.
Yeah, it looks like the Panthers will just be content. Panther fans want to remind you, if you can't get enough Panther football content, check out the Lee Doty Coaches Show, brought to you by Benoit Ford, live from Frenchman's Bend. Oh, we switched to Tuesdays now?
Yeah, I think we're still Wednesday. We did make a Tuesday.
Panther fans, just watch social media. We'll get you an update. I believe it's switched to Tuesdays now at Frenchman's Bend, 6:15. You can catch William and Coach at the Bend for that show. Great time together.
Let's go with Tuesday. Heath's pretty affirmative on that.
Tuesday. Panthers come out I formation again. There's a snap and a knee by Downs again.
Other scores of interest that I have, and I may be different from you. I've got I'm still at halftime with St. James up 24-0, and halftime Madison Prep 27-6.
Panther fans also want to remind you to check out the 64 here in Sterlington, our 5th quarter sponsor for authentic Louisiana cuisine following tonight's game. Also, every week at the Coaches Show, you'll hear us name the offense, defense, and special teams players of the week, and that's brought to you by First Security Title of Monroe. We'll also recognize our seniors with the Senior Spotlight, brought to you by McDonald's. Looks like Carroll has taken a lead in the 3rd quarter, 21-17. There's the final knee, and that should do it. Panthers big winners tonight in the 1st round of the playoffs. 56, Bobcats 12. We'll stay right here for just a moment as Chris gets ready to get an interview with Coach Doty. Hey, while he's doing that, I want to remind you tonight's broadcast was brought to you by McDonald's. Appreciate Miss Jennifer Thomas and her folks who do a great job of sponsoring us every week, taking care of us. They are our broadcast sponsor for all season long. And William, great job there by the twos, getting some snaps in, and good quality snaps. I think Downs is somebody they're hoping to get a lot of in the future. Of course, he's got to sit behind Lawhon for 1 more year, but I also expect them to find him a place on the field next season.
Yeah, I really expect to see that, whether he gets in as a cornerback somewhere or they have some kind of H-back position for him, or I feel like he's going to find his way on the defensive side of the ball. He's just too good of an athlete not to be on the field. But, good job by those second-team guys to come in and do – I mean, they executed well. I mean, I know we had a couple of those false starts, but for the most part, they did what they needed to do as well. But this is kind of what we expected in this game, and now we just have to kind of sit back and see who the winner of that Grant Westlake game is. And right now, if I had to lay wager on it, it's going to be Westlake.
Yeah, it's gone 32-14. So Panther fans, most likely we will next Friday night, head to Westlake for a second-round matchup against a really good ball club, and looking forward to that trip. And if you can't make the trip, we'll have all the action for you right here on the podcast or on our YouTube channel. And again, if you need to share where those links are, you can find both of them at shspantherfootball.com. Coach Doty's making his way over to Chris, so we'll kick it down to Chris for Coach Doty.
Coach Doty, great first round playoff game tonight. You come in here and take care of business, and you get a lot of kids playing time here in the first round of playoffs.
Yes, sir. It's always good to get those young guys some playing experience in the playoffs, so they'll know what to do when it's their turn.
Last we heard, Westlake was up 32-14 over Grant. That's going to put us on the road next week at Westlake.
Yes, sir. We'll be prepared for it.
Good luck in the second round, Coach.
Thank you. Go Panthers.
All right, Panther fans, you hear from Coach Doty again. We believe, head to Westlake next week. If somehow Grant pulls the upset or pulls the comeback off, we would have Grant here, but we'll keep you posted on that as we go. Looks like Westlake will be winners tonight over Grant. So,
and the key point, just want to make this point, with us traveling next week, and you said it, Ben, but that would assure us the next 2 games here at home.
Absolutely.
If we're fortunate enough to win in the quarters, the semifinal round would be here regardless.
That's right. Well, William, not much else to say. Panthers take care of business. Big winners tonight, 56-12. Any final thoughts before we give a shout-out to our broadcast sponsors?
Not really. Just looking forward to the second round game. Of course, our coaches will have the guys ready. If it's Westlake and we have to travel, we'll make that trip down there, and we'll give them all we got. And if it's Grant, we'll be here next week.
That's right. Well, Panther fans, hope you have a great weekend. Have a good week. We'll look forward to being with you next Friday night for round 2 of the LHSAA playoffs. Let me give a quick shout-out to all of our Panther football broadcast sponsors: McDonald's, CommuniHealth Services, Surge Entertainment, Cross Keys Bank, Marion State Bank, the Downs Law Firm, Ron D. Bush Insurance Agency, law offices of Street and Street, Sparks Nissan Kia, First Security Title of Monroe, David Bryant, Realtor, Sterlington Rural Health Clinic and Sterlington Rehab, First Baptist Sterlington, The 64, Benoit Ford, Ashley Storage, NELA Turf, Kraftman Federal Credit Union, and Empire Media and Management. I'm Ben Hackler for William Haney and Chris Sturdivant. Have a great weekend. Go Panthers.
Meet Dave. Dave has a problem. He has way too much stuff and not enough room to store it. As Dave searches, he comes across Ashley Storage. They have great locations in Monroe and Sterlington, Louisiana. The best part about Ashley Storage is that Dave can reserve his storage unit online from his home, quick and easy. Give us a call or check out our website at ashleystorageofsterlington.com.